Just because we're already live, because we have, I will scroll back up here to the top. We're going to say drone shots, time to fly, East Coast thrills, drone shots again, the Curious Show. So you're Frank, right? I'm Bob. Let's see, AZ Drone Dude,
my dog.
There. The Curious Show, I don't know. And then here we were testing out. StreamYard has a new thing where you can actually comment within the studio, and it's working for Chuck, but we can't figure out for Bob. Zach Key, what's up?
Bob will figure it out.
Drone Life RC, hey, what's up? Maddie's Drone World, hey, what's going on?
Give it a whirl, Bob.
I still don't have it.
Justin.
I wonder if I refresh this browser. What do you think?
click from private the comments. Click from private chat the comments back.
Private, okay.
Then try it again.
Now I'm in private.
Now go to regular comments.
Okay.
Is there no window at the bottom?
And then in the upper right hand corner of your StreamYard's window, there should be like a little. You should see your icon with a little linky and a checkbox, maybe, and maybe some other stuff. There might be some weird stuff up there. Nothing.
No. I'm in
at the very bottom. You have a post the comment. It shows your icon.
I don't know.
Huh.
What did I say about reviews? I'll be in once I figure. Okay, yeah. Anubis Arts is on your channel. You see this chat?
I got the real chat box open right here. So,
but
my real chat.
we're experimenting. Right here,
it's supposed to be working for everybody, but here there's a thing.
He's like
within StreamYard. We're bullshitting right now. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of it and ask everybody the question in just a second. Where was it that I saw the damn? Yeah, guess. Yes, right here. It says guests can see viewer comments and post. Right here, and it says guests can see all viewer comments in the studio. They can choose to connect their YouTube accounts to post. Oh, you have to connect your account. Okay,
so I connect.
Oh,
I guess when you stream to your channel, maybe
that must automatically did it.
That's if you stream from your channel.
Okay, I'll stream it to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're trying to figure this out.
I got Goopy on mine too. You guys, if you come over to the, if you're gonna, it's great to hear on my channel.
Bardwell. I've said that for years.
I have hijacked coast to coast drones. There's like static and stuff on here.
So now
we interrupt this broadcast.
Yeah, we interrupt this broadcast. Is it working yet? Hey, what's up?
It's hilarious.
What's up, John? And John, I brought you on tonight, but I noticed you were on a variety of channels this week, so I figured it would be a little bit of oversaturation. so maybe here in a week or two. Anyway, yes, look, John said Chuck approved.
Enter to win. Is he on both?
Yeah, he's on yours. But the thing about it, I'm not giving it away yet. When we do, they have to be over here because it won't go through. And I'm going to have to put 2 stamps on this one. It's got so many stickers in it. It weighs a ton. I don't know. They may send it back and ask for a 3rd stamp.
All right, I got to pin this one. Hold on.
Okay, Bob, do you have a chat window now?
Now I have a chat window.
Okay, cool. So hey, you got to be streaming to your channel. They don't say that. Yeah. So now we know.
No, but I am streaming now on Old Fart's channel at the moment. I don't know. I haven't gone there to look what's going on there.
Oh, no. Their chats, their comments are coming in here. Like, see, John is on Chuck's channel, but we're getting the comments here also.
This is badass, is what this
is. I wonder if it'll work now if we do the contest.
Do you want somebody to try?
No, we'll do it. We'll do it in a little bit, and we'll see.
No, I mean we can have somebody enter like a hashtag in from with Bob's or mine or whatever, and see if it hops over.
Oh, okay. So you don't see it here.
See if you see a counter. Okay. Use a fake. Okay. Use we'll call it like fake news or something. I don't know, whatever. I don't care.
So here's the thing: in the actual coast to coast drones, the outside chat's not coming in. Like, see Zach saying right here. I don't see John's comment.
Hashtag hookers.
Like here, Covaction. This is actually originating, I'm assuming, from your channel. Do you see Chuck in the chat? No, you're not showing up in the chat either, Chuck. In the actual chat.
But if I type it over,
this is so twisted, man.
Okay, nobody's
on this.
This is really cool, actually.
They need to work on this, and it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
It's got potential.
Hookers, hookers and beer.
There.
Hookers and beer.
If I put this on our StreamYards chat, though, it should be all the way in.
What? Wait a minute. John said what? Geeks Fun.
Okay.
Woodwork in
I
place
just-
of fakeness.
From my channel, I just did pound what's going on.
Yeah, it came up.
I don't see it yet. That
Fake
came from
news.
my channel. I'm the only one in my channel.
Something makes me think though that StreamYard is going to rake from this chat and not the YouTube
That would make
chat.
sense. Well, that would make sense.
So I think it's going to do a screen rake from here to get the people that would be interested
Man,
later.
it's getting pretty complicated.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyway,
Get
back into the meat
getting
and
pretty complicated.
to the meat and potatoes of the show. Ron is out flying, and he just got back in, and he had to clean his bird and put it away properly before he could join the show. Okay, and so, and then Caleb's trying to figure out what was he saying he was using? I don't remember what he said. But Caleb was trying to figure his out before he came in. And Angel is on the ferry heading home. No, but
Making
really
his
the-
bed.
Yeah, exactly. The bed's not made yet, so he was trying to stall so that he had time to get home and make the bed. Hey, Waypoint New England, what's up? How you going? Maddie, and I said, hey to Dawn and Kier's show. And we got, we're definitely squirreled for a while.
Hawk.
All right.
Mm.
So let's rein it in. Let's roll the squirrel up and put him back in the bag for a little while. Stay back there. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. How many people in the chat
Charles,
purchased the new Air 3
raise your hand.
and why? I personally did not, and I will tell you why. Because, as we were talking before the show went live, this drone has a 12 megapixel camera. And it's just using the quad Bayer sensor to split that into fours and create a 48 megapixel camera. Unlike the Air 2S with its beautiful one-inch sensor capable of producing real 48 true megapixel pictures. So that's just me. That's why I'm happier with it. It's a phenomenal bird. There's plenty of shit that it does that the Air 2S will not do. It does have a very good updated visual security system. I guess you could say it's kind of a mesh system that goes around it.
Well, why
That
is it
has more of a it has more vision as far as what all obstacles and stuff it can see. Here we go. I want to see this one. Amen to the Air 2S. And here, people have been trying to say, here's something I don't understand. I did hear, by the way, happy birthday to Matt, from Down Under. We just wanted to say happy birthday. He was talking about this last night, that something about that this is a stacked sensor. I do not understand the premise of a stacked sensor. Does anyone here on the panel understand that and can explain it?
No, it's
That the 1/1/3 is a stacked sensor, which they're saying is a really good thing, but still, as Matt was pointing out last night, it doesn't equal a 1-inch sensor. It just doesn't.
or a 4/3 inch sensor like Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Classic, and Mavic 3 Pro.
So the way I understand it is most sensors are over scanning what you're receiving. So if you're shooting in 4K 30, that sensor is really maybe getting there, maybe 6K coming in or 5.1K coming in and scaling to, and the processor is processing it to that resolution that you've chosen. That's so the same lens can do multiple stuff electronically.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. The Air 3 is probably a really great drone if you don't own a drone at all.
Yeah,
If you have an Air 2S, or you have a Mavic 3 or a Mavic 3 Classic.
I don't. Yeah, It's a newer sensor, and I don't think the Mini 3 is a stack sensor. Let me look. Go ahead, y'all talk. I'm sorry. I'll go.
Yeah, look it up. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But so the Air series, though, this thing is big. I mean, like, you know, the original Air was a small little drone. Remember, it was cute, sexy looking. Had like the little hourglass shape and everything. And then Air 2 and Air 2S were similar in being still compact. About 2/3 the size of a Mavic series drone. This thing's big. This thing's as big as the OG Mavic Pro. It's a big drone.
Yeah, it is.
So they've sacrificed the compactness of the airline, which is one of the things that vloggers really like because you could pack it in your bag and not as much crap carrying around. Me, I'm addicted to Mavic, so I don't do that. But most vloggers like the Air series drones. Are they going to like
Okay,
this
so
one?
this is actually cool. I understand why it would take better pictures, but still, I think I like the fact that I'm getting more data from that 1-inch sensor.
That's the other thing with the
real
Air
data.
series. The Air series has always been better with photos than the Mavic series.
Yeah, I didn't understand. So it's what I'm getting from what I read. Basically, it's like kind of what Bob was saying. It's separated. So, like one part might just do shadows, one part might do highlights, one part might be mid-range, and then you might have 2 or 3. You might even have 8 other parts that take each spectrum of color. I don't know for sure how it works, but that's basically what it is. Is it's divided up, and it's just the processor is actually still a CMOS processor, but there's like layers of it, and each layer will process each specific thing individually, and then it will be put together in a whole. So you're getting basically like you'll get a yellow picture, a green picture, a blue picture, and then you're going to get, like I said, an upper range picture, a mid range picture, and a low range picture, and all those are going to get kind of like mashed together by the software to create a high quality output picture. But again, I'm still that big 1-inch sensor. Not the quad bayer going on, kicking out that 48 megapixels. I'm really.
I have a question. Do you think both of those cameras operate at the same time all the time? Are they similar to how the 3 cameras on a phone, synchronize to that's why this thing works so well at night and everything else, because they can do different things with each different lens and then electronically combine them together. Do you think that's what's happening here? Or is one lens working and then it turns off and the other lens works?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And basically each lens turns on and off, and that same sensor is processing the data from each lens in a different way. Cool. Yeah, they finally bridged the water. They're across the pond, and he has them now.
Oh, they had to make it all the way across? Yeah, that can take a while.
They had to go across.
My experience has been about, it takes about 8 days to get from my post office to their door.
That sounds about right.
Whereabouts in England?
Yeah.
Like cell phones.
Wow.
Okay, who all bought the Air 3? Let's just go. Did anybody here buy? Oh, you kind of got to, Dale. That's part of your. You kind.
No, I didn't.
No.
No, you didn't. Yeah, but did your business buy the Air 3?
No, not yet.
Okay,
I don't know if it will.
Oh, see, but here, what do you think personally? Do you really think that it's truly an upgrade or a refresh?
The fact that it doesn't have a 1-inch sensor is like,
surprising.
It's still a 12 megapixel camera, and they're using the quad bayer and splitting it into 4 parts and making a 48 megapixel photo.
It's just cell phones.
It still looks. The quad bear looks pretty good, and
the stack sensor. Now that we understand it better, it tells me that because we don't have a stack sensor on the Air 2S, of course, but the fact that it's breaking it down is Oh, look at the way he worded this.
So
It's
the
a
interesting
refresh-
thing about the stack sensor that you didn't mention that I'm reading about is that since it's taking all the different layers at the same time and putting them together, it's essentially able to take the entire picture at once instead of doing it layer by layer, which is how currently we do it, kind of like a traditional TV back in the day. So that means that the electronic shutter issue is less of an issue. So does that mean we can use it for mapping now? Because it's not going to have the same electronic shutter issue and all the pixels aren't going to be warped?
DJI won't do an SDK for that.
Well, it wouldn't really matter as long as the pictures aren't warped. Then any, I mean, you can just use the default app and set it for an interval, and you should be fine.
I
I don't
suppose
really
you could.
understand. I don't really understand how mapping works.
So the big
Well-
issue with mapping is with the rolling shutter versus the mechanical shutter. And what happens is because essentially think of it as like you've got your screen here, and yeah, it rolls over it like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're
As
getting
you,
line
as you
by
scan
line.
down, right? As you scan.
Right.
That's
So
what
if you're
saying, you
moving
scan
too
down.
fast, you get motion blur basically. But since this new camera is stacked, that means that it's basically taking the whole picture at once, so it shouldn't have that motion blur,
Maybe.
thereby almost being like an electronic mechanical shutter.
But what they didn't do is they didn't put any kind of like mapping program in there, so you're going to have to manually fly it.
I mean,
Move it
you can
forward.
use
60% and then move it forward 60%. Take a picture over and over.
Bob, did
Well,
you order one?
yeah, or you got to wait a year until the SDK is out and somebody else.
They won't do
No,
that.
I did not order
That
one.
part of it.
So apparently, that no one
Why
on the
won't they do
panel
an
at the
SDK?
moment ordered one.
Because they want you to buy a Mavic 3 Enterprise.
Yeah.
Well, they've done an
Yeah.
SDK for everything else,
So
including the Mavic 3 Enterprise.
Now, Don
Yeah.
said something a minute ago. So, Don, are you talking about the stack sensor offers greater dynamic range, or a 1-inch sensor on the old Air 2S offers greater dynamic range? Guys, what do y'all know about that one?
I'm still digesting dynamic range versus detail because
It's kind of, it's very,
because that 4/3 sensor I have on my Mavic 3 is unbelievable with D-Log and the just the detail that I get in a shot. Okay, maybe I'm not 48 megapixels, but the stuff that's there in low light that I can
wait a
see
minute, I'm lost.
is unreal.
I
So,
think
like,
Air
what's the
3
difference between detail
that.
and dynamic range?
Oh, so this is what he's saying is detail. So so he's saying, wait a minute. So better dynamic range gives you jello or jitters, is what he's saying. Or I'm lost. I'm really lost now.
I think that's because you jello. Oh,
No,
That's-
Jello is usually created by vibrations causing your camera to do this.
Yeah,
An
like
oscillation.
But but if you have rolling shutters, that's what you get.
that's
Yeah,
that's
it's
that's,
like-
that's,
technically
that's,
it's
so that's
jello,
what happens
but
when the two things happen together.
motion
The
blur
rolling
via
shutter
jello.
and the camera leads to jello.
It's
Interesting.
moving, and as it scans, then you get a shift like that, and that jellos it.
All right.
so he's
have
saying
you
what I'm trying
guys
to
said
say
that
is,
they're not going to do SDKs anymore?
No, they decided on the like the consumer models. They don't do the same SDKs that they do for the enterprise models.
but they're going to
From now
continue to
on?
do SDKs like a year later, kind of.
For like a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
They basically want you to buy the enterprise models for mapping if you're going to do mapping. The mistake was with the Phantom 4, 20 megapixel, and they did the SDK, and people used a $2,000 minus drone to do all these great mapping scenarios.
Yeah.
They don't want you to take a cheap drone and be able to do the same thing anymore.
so well, you know what? I think I just realized I've been putting my foot in my mouth for about 30 minutes. The Air
Well,
2S
sucks.
takes. Well, I do that regularly. I just want. This is usually.
You open
It just. I caught it.
open
I
your
caught it
mouth.
early
Billy's
this
not
week.
ashamed
It
to
was-
say that.
It wasn't 30 minutes after the show.
Right.
The Air 2S shoots a true 20 megapixel photo. Unlike a quad Bayer split picture that's making a mock 48 megapixel picture that's actually a 12 megapixel camera. And
But to do
here's
something
Johnny
any-
on Bob
US.
Orr's.
To do
I'm sorry,
mapping
go
with
ahead.
the Air 2S, you have to have either the Pro
Jeez.
remote controller, or you have to have like a third-party app and see the N1 controller.
So,
But I don't know
but
if they'll do that with the Air
Thank
3.
you, Don.
Don, were you saying that a stack sensor produced a better dynamic range, or a 1-inch sensor produced a better dynamic range?
I think he's saying stacked.
That's what I think he was going to say too, because he said earlier that it was the future of, and it makes sense because you're not going to have shit get blown out that way if it's specified just to take like it only shoots
Taking
the
in
shadows.
certain elements of the image.
Yeah, if it's only shooting the shadows, and then this one's only shooting the mid range, and then this one's only and then you've only got color spectrums, and then they all mash it together instantly. Yeah, but that again, I'm saying is that's. Did y'all okay? Here I'm going to go kind of a little bit of Squirrel, but more in a kind of a creative way. Probably about 6 months ago, did anybody notice over on Peter McKinnon's channel that he went really old school, and he's kind of been in that niche for a little while. He's been shooting stuff on film again, because we all know film is pretty much a one-shot deal. You got to get it right, and you take a lot of pictures. You know, like
a couple are good.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't know until you get it back.
You don't know until you get them back developed, and it's always an exciting moment to go through your pictures.
And you know, so he's going back, and he's actually been. So I guess there's part of me that's kind of. I'm like, I feel like within another 1 or 2 generations of a drone, we're just basically going to put it up in the air and fly around for 30 minutes, and then press a button in the fly app, and it's going to just produce this badass video and throw it up on YouTube, and we're going to say, yay.
Say, ooh,
You know?
Well, that'll take half the fun of doing a video
What's
is
the
editing
point of
it,
creating
you know,
if some computer is going to
you know.
create it all for you? Where's the personality in that? Where's anything in that?
Yes.
Who the F wants to watch that garbage?
Did you see? Did you see? Did
Where's my
anybody see?
creative juices? You know?
Dale was petting the squirrel. He was one with his inner squirrel.
And that'll be the day when I quit, because be like, well, you mean I have no input on this whatsoever? Fly your own damn drone and get the shot.
See,
Like
here's
Google
another
does.
thing. Look at this. And here's something else that he was pointing out. It doesn't shoot D-Log. It shoots D-Log M.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is still got some color in there. It's not a flat profile like D-Log is. So it's not completely flat, and you get to juice it up and everything.
Yeah, I just noticed that. So you're not getting as much of a dynamic range, actually.
They brought D-Log
And it
M.
does not shoot raw pictures, so you're not getting near as
That
much
is
data. So I'm like,
That's
they're
odd for a drone.
giving you flash and pan in the damn software, guys.
Well, they might
The
add
whole
that in a
point is-
firmware update. Maybe in a firmware update, they'll finish the job. And
I'm
add
still
this
waiting
stuff.
for my Air 2S firmware updates to add some features, so I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
They're going to say software processor
took 'em-
limitations.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
here's
took
my
'em 6 months to
question.
get Mavic 3 right, so they haven't done it.
here's my question, right? Here's my question. What if DJI was to take the software that they're producing now and put it onto one of their older drones? What kind of stuff are we going to get out of that platform? Like if we had like the fly app right now, its capabilities with these newer drones. If you were to put it on, let's say, a Phantom 4 Pro version 2, you know, and have it be able to do, you know, droney and all that shit and everything, and the panos and all the gimmicky shit. And I guarantee you it would make just as devastating a photograph as anything they put out now. And then you would go, oh wow, so a lot of this shit's in the software, because I mean, the more you like bust it up and pull into it, especially like the ones with the quad beta sensors where it's not a true 48 megapixel cam or picture, then you see where it breaks down as you go in, and you can see where the pixels begin to break down. But yes, of course, the naked human eye, it's not going to pick it up. It's going to look crisp and clear. But is it like Caleb was pointing out, you know, it doesn't shoot D-Log M, it doesn't shoot RAW. And for someone who's using it for a business platform, it's kind of hard to say, well, these JPEG files or upper JPEG files don't have quite the data of a raw file, but this is the best I can do with this drone. And they're going to be like, well, I'll go somewhere that will give me the best for their drone, you know?
Did Air 2S do all? Did Air 2S have raw and all that stuff, or does it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
so
the only
why
reason we can use it so much.
why the step back?
Yeah, the Air
Honestly.
2S is like the Phantom 4 minus the size
Yes. And I've
Why
said it a
does-
million times. That's what I love about the
mechanical
color
shutter.
platform.
with a few extra features.
It reminds me, the color platform or the color science reminds me so much of the Phantom 4 Pro. That's the reason I finally got into it more. I'm like, why does this? Because I didn't use it as much as I should have to begin with. And the more I started hearing about the Air 3 coming out, the more I got it out to fly. And it actually. Go
I'm
ahead.
not speaking from inside knowledge. My thoughts are is there will be a 3S
Yeah.
That's
Sooner
what
or
With a
later.
1-inch sensor. With a 1-inch sensor guaranteed.
and,
Probably.
and Zoom or something.
Yeah.
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 Maybe
What do you
not
think,
Zoom.
Ron?
There's Ron.
Do you
Hello,
agree,
everyone.
Ron,
How
or
are you-
disagree?
How's everyone doing tonight?
We're just jumping you straight into the show. Did you buy or not buy?
He bought.
Holding pattern.
What do you mean holding
And
pattern?
you haven't shipped it yet, holding, or like what?
Haven't
Committed.
haven't made a purchase. I haven't put a payment down yet or whatever. Yeah,
So is it in your cart?
it could be.
Oh, no.
So
Bill, there's,
why?
Hey, let me go to Bob on this one. The old part, but there's an old saying, Bob: never say never.
Never say never,
Jamais,
because
jamais.
everything changes.
I
Absolutely, everything changes. You know,
I equate the Air 3 to that of like the classic, like the Mavic 3 Classic. There's got to be something better coming up.
Yeah. It's just,
Bill, has anybody in the panel purchased the?
no, nobody.
this whole panel is zero.
And that's so crazy, man. Usually one of us always has. And it's have we finally learned DJI's tricks? Is that what's going on?
Bill, this isn't too surprising because I did a poll in the Drone Nation Facebook group, and Johnny Drone Flyer did a poll in his Facebook group, and the people that are buying it was the lowest number. That people weren't buying it were much higher. People on the fence were much higher. So it doesn't.
Look at this. She's definitely a heavier bird. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's bigger too. It's
125
as big, physically as big as a Mavic Pro was back in 2016. It's a big drone. And
No, that's good and bad, guys. The heavier weight means it may sit better in the wind, but of course
hurts
the
flight
bigger footprint.
All right, I got a
put in the
question.
Camera bag.
What's
right,
the price
and that was the
difference?
selling point for the Air series was the.
What's the
compactness.
price difference between the Flymore Air 3 with the standard controller, the new standard controller, and let's say a Mavic 3 Classic with the old controller with it?
Well,
Now, I'm thinking
The Flymore with the N1 is $1349.
with the Classic or
I'm sorry, the N2, and the Classic is a little bit more, I think.
The classic with the standard controller, I think 17 and change.
Yeah.
that's the Flymore?
No, that's just a
Yes.
standard kit.
Let's get apples
Drone-
and apples. Just go straight drone with like.
Yeah, okay.
The same
So-
controller as. Well, you can't get the same controller. It has the RC2, right? The Air 3
I mean,
has
the
an
controller is going to be
RC2.
different. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
What about just the drone? What about the drone all by itself? Since they'll actually fly with like the RC Pro and stuff. You can
Did
get
I
an
see
RC
something the other day? Somebody said that they made the RC Pro compatible.
The
I
RC
saw-
Pro got a firmware update that said it's compatible with the Air 3. Of course, I did the firmware update, but I can't test it since I'm
I can't test it, but I haven't done the upgrade because it's irrelevant to me at the moment.
I have no desire to upgrade it anyway. After they gave us the brightness upgrade.
Oh, I have the brightness upgrade too.
Yeah, the
the,
brightness upgrade.
the outdoor mode.
Brightness.
So a Mavic 3 Classic with a standard remote is $1599.
Ooh.
The Air 3 with the N2 is $1099. So it's $500 difference.
Right.
Yeah, but still, man. And I'm
I
just
love my
well, okay.
Classic,
Here we go. What do they have? Classic refreshes yet? Refurbs yet?
Yeah, they exist.
Probably, yeah.
You don't
They
see them
exist.
often, but I'm sure they're.
I
out
made the
there.
mistake. I made the mistake of buying a classic. It wasn't an official
You should
DJI
have gotten a
refresh.
Mini 3 Pro refurb.
Couldn't find one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Kevin,
It'll need a refurb when I'm done with it, though.
he's in the Philippines. I wanted to tell you something. My wife is still in Manila right now, but she comes. This is the last week, the last drone therapy without my wife being home. So I actually survived. The house is not burnt down.
Not yet. There's
Yeah.
still time.
She'll be back less than a week. Less than a week. Less than a week. She'll be home.
You haven't wasted away to a skeleton or anything.
I have. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I have lost a good bit of weight.
I was gonna say Angel does know where you live, Bill, so he can help you burn it down.
Well, no, I think about it. Wait. We got to tell the truth now. I know where Angel is now,
Oh,
and I'd never.
Isn't Angel out doing a hyperlapse?
Okay, since we're gonna kind of go a little. Yeah, she's getting ready to go to Pansal. They're going to Pansal to the resort for the next couple of days. So hopefully the rain will quit. Anyway, so back to what was I going to say? Oh, Ron, to kind of swerve things a little, Squirrel, but kind of still stay in the drone mode. What do you think of the Femi Manta?
Yeah, I mean, all I know is a few things that leaked out on Igor's Twitter feed. I mean, I've never been real interested in VTOLs. Not that I have anything against them. I just never saw a need for having like a VTOL type of drone. I mean, I don't, I know they have the advantage of that long flight time, but yeah.
The fact that it's a VTOL is what I like about it.
Yeah, and Bill, this is a much rumored project. If you hear the few people like Gorilla Man, whatever, they've been talking about this VTOL for a long time. Hello, Steve.
I know. He popped up on my channel out of the blue in my community tab. It's so nice. Like,
Steve's put out a couple of drone videos.
Oh, man, you know what? I hate that. I just had this. How many of y'all seen what is it? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
The little monkey's name's Steve.
Steve.
The minute I said it like that, it just got that blue monkey flash in my head. I was like, Steve. I know it was definitely a Squirrel moment or a Steve moment.
It indeed was.
Oh, okay. So
hey, I see Johnny Drone Flyer in the chat. Did you hear what happened to Johnny Drone Flyer? His DJI Air 3 got delayed until like Monday.
To what now?
He was supposed to get it on like Friday, I think, and it got delayed until Monday.
His wife put a hold on the credit card.
That's pretty good. Johnny's a single man.
Okay,
Johnny doesn't have a wife.
Now we know the answer why Bill's wife is in the Philippines. He still's got a week left, so he can spend on the credit card, no problem.
So he can break down and get that Air 3. Yeah.
No. I thought I've told you all. What my ultimate goal is. Right?
What's that?
Is nobody listening to me for like the last 3 weeks?
Well, we know resistance is futile, though, Bill.
Resistance
Let me say
is
this.
futile.
See if this rings a bell. See if this rings a bell. Gladiator.
Truck.
Have I not said that? Like, no, I've said it a lot. Nobody in the chat's ever heard me say that. But I really, truthfully, don't want this drone. I don't. I really don't.
Then don't get it.
I would rather get a Gladiator.
A new car.
I would
If you're gonna
rather
buy the
trade.
Gladiator.
I would
you better
rather
get an
trade the
extended warranty
Subaru
on it.
and get a Gladiator.
Get an extended warranty on that FCA product, man.
I saw a
What
new
now?
truck today that was interesting.
What?
The
Wait a minute,
Hyundai Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
Yeah, they've been around. I think.
Yeah.
they're
I just saw it today
we're
for the
squirreled
first time,
now.
I think.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them around down here at the Jersey Shore.
Little pickup truck kind of,
Yeah.
Jeepish looking thing. So,
Bill, there's actually a rumor that there's a rumor.
Wait a minute. What is John talking about? What's John talking about?
Yeah, what's John talking about?
What's John talking about, Ron?
Well, I did sell my Bugs 3 about more than a week ago.
What?
Yeah.
I've got a Bugs 3. never been. I've got 2 Bugs 3, black Bugs 3 original. I talked about giving them away a million times that I never freaking did because I couldn't figure out how to ship them because they're a pain in the ass. They're kind of big.
Yeah.
But I have 2 black Bugs 3 that never have been flown. I have a blue Drocon Bugs 3 that I'll never sell her. I love that little thing. Remember what we sent Billy one too. John was on the show. We sent one to Billy, and Billy
flew live on the show.
Yeah, and I think he crashed it at his dad's.
Yep. Yep. Well, Bill, I had the Red Bugs 3.
Okay, so how much did you sell your Red Bugs 3 for?
Well, I've been trying to sell a thing for a year because I just don't want it to just stop working or whatever. And I finally found a kid. I just saw he offered me $25. I just took whatever he offered. I just wanted to.
Does the battery still charge? Does the battery still charge?
Yep, that battery's still charging. I mean, I test flew for 5 minutes and it was still going. So
hey, it has something else I wanted to bring up. Ray, there's been like a rash here lately on Facebook of like random Rays. I want to call
there's
them.
a lot of fake Ray Kellys around.
Random Rays popping up in my messenger.
It's being cloned.
What's Dale
got there?
I'll sell it for $300, brand new.
Skydio?
Skydio.
Wow.
Are you serious? You're not serious. I'll drive down there tomorrow. I already told you I might come.
Oh, maybe tomorrow you can buy it. $300.
Holy shit!
Wow, Skydio 2.
Another drone I'd never fly.
That thing actually tracks. You don't have to fly it. That thing actually follows you around like a
I had one. I have one and sold it.
Yeah. The color is so weird on it.
What inside information do you have that we don't have?
Oh, I had a customer come in and want to do a trade-in.
Wow.
I told him I'd give him $300 credit, and he bought a Nano Plus.
Wow.
You got a Nano Plus? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I traded 2 Skydios for a Nano Plus.
You can't get a Nano Plus except for gray or orange now, too.
Wow.
I'm sorry, yeah, gray or orange. You can't get the white or the blazing red. They're gone. No longer made.
Huh.
No longer made.
Guys, as far as I can see, this Nano Plus is not remote ID. And of course, it doesn't have geofencing. You don't have to register, whatever. This could be the ultimate Karen beater come September 16th.
Oh my God. Karen beater.
September 16th or December 16th? What'd you say?
September.
I'm so sorry for all of you.
It doesn't get delayed.
What happens when all the women named Karen finally get pissed off and revolt?
It's gonna be scary.
Run for cover.
Scary,
run for cover.
I'm Karen and I'm pissed off.
Huh?
Come on. How many Karens do you know? No, that's an old-fashioned name. No young people are named Karen.
Now you really did it. Now they're gonna be pissed at you, but they're gonna be like old enough to kick your ass and be pissed at you.
Well, no, they're old. I can run from them.
No, even better.
They're all about your age.
Trying to be a drone Karen?
That's so sure you can run from them, Ron.
All right. So on to the next subject. People
age.
been, it's summertime. People been flying a lot. So in the chat, so Johnny Drone Flyer's birthday is Remote Eye Death Day.
Oh.
So his birthday and Remote ID are the same day.
He better get his last legal flight in that day.
The last legal flight of the Mini 2.
This is my new mic, by the way. The one that I bought off of Amazon that was so cheap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
sounds
if
good.
I sound better than I did before when I had the earbuds in.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yes.
It's not a Shure mic. Sorry, Chuck.
What's that? What?
Yeah, exactly.
I have El Gato.
Dale, maybe
I don't have money to buy a Shure mic.
I don't have a Shure mic either.
Trade
This
that
is
Skydio
Amazon.
for a Shure mic.
Amazon Basics, baby.
Oh, listen to trading the Skydio for a Shure mic. I still can't believe somebody brought in, but I guess you can, because you can't sell them. They're damn near impossible to sell. People like offer you $500 for them now. So, I guess. Nobody here, Steve. Did
Steve
you
get
buy
one?
Steve?
Yeah. Did you get one, Steve?
Steve loves mini drones.
I'll send you a link if you want me to, Steve. If you want to come on and talk.
Remember Steve
seriously,
flying
Steve's
a
been on the
spark
show.
around like a.
He's
like
been
a
on the show quite a
badass.
few times, Dale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Bill, you missed a Kara show.
Warren, what did he say? All Karen's going Karen. Yes,
no,
yes.
That'd be scary.
I like that. All Karen's going Karen. What about further up?
Yes.
It'd be like a Karen freaking torch mob or something. This could be bad.
Maybe they're not aware.
Oh yeah,
that we make
squirrel
fun of
poop.
them.
That one you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, but I was like,
We can start calling them Barbies.
Oh man.
What was it? They're offering. I went. Hang it, y'all think we'll go squirrel for a minute. I got to show y'all what they're offering. Mattel is offering.
Hey Ray.
Anybody that knows me knows that I go to Mattel's because I buy Hot Wheels tradable.
You
stuff
are
for
addicted to Hot Wheels, that's for sure.
Oh, but I got somebody's birthday present and I picked one up for myself.
What did you
So,
say
Bill-
the name of the store was, Bill?
August 4th, 5th, and 6th here is the. Oh wait, I'm sorry. So the 25th of August is the weekend. That's the car show.
Let's see.
In case you want to come to the car show and pretend they're little Hot Wheel cars.
Well,
Where I used to live in
bring his Air 3. He can just bring his Air 3 and use that mode that makes everything look tiny.
Yes.
tilt shift.
Tilt shift.
He can just
tilt
shoot
the whole
tilt shift on
time.
the Air 3. Make him look like Hot Wheels.
I got it. Y'all go laugh your asses off. I got to
Shoot
shoot
it all
y'all.
in vertical
Oh,
mode.
Kira show.
Yay.
He's wow.
He's on fire.
Yeah. He pulled out the big guns. The double D's.
What did he do?
He pulled out the double D's.
Oh wait a minute. Boobies. Let's say go full tilt chauvinist boobies. Okay.
Just gotta take the L out of it. Out of
just
tilt,
don't
take
put
the
that
L
in
out,
the
and then you're there.
Just don't put that in the same sentence with Karen's.
No, they don't mix. Yes.
Since we're on the subject of Barbies, are you
boy.
Knuff? Are you Knuff? Do you have Kenergy?
Oh my goodness.
Energy.
Oh shit, you not. Wait. Let me get up
Oh.
here. Where's it at?
That's
Here we
like your
go.
shirt, Bill,
Here you
in
go.
the middle there. Don't you have a shirt like
Am
that?
I Knuff?
Oh.
Am I Knuff?
Is somebody gonna buy Dono one of those and send it to him?
Oh God, no. We do not need to pad that anymore.
How many did you buy, Bill?
Kenergy. I'm not a Ken myself. I'm not a Ken myself. I need a shirt that says I'm full of Bill.
Justin.
Hey, maybe we need a
real.
drone
Oh,
therapy
Bill or
Barbie
G.
tie-in shirt.
Barbie
Bobby
tie-in
G.
shirt.
Yeah. Drone therapy Barbie tie-in.
Yes.
Merchandise.
Drone therapy Barbie tie-in. Those aren't launch. He does. Oh wait, here we go. We're not hating on it, dude. We're not at all saying that it's not a great drone.
Yeah.
We're not saying, but for what we're saying, people that own the Air 2S, that it's not really enough of a drone to make it reasonable to ditch the Air 2S and upgrade to this. And Justin had brought up a point earlier. If you have a Mavic 3, even a Mavic 3 Classic, why on God's green earth would you want this drone? Then
You
there's
see
not
the
a
Air 3
reason.
is sort of
Well,
a baby Mavic 3 then.
If it was, I think the thing that turned me off to it was just the size of it, because like, you know, the reason.
That's the same day Billy's birthday is.
Yeah, the Air series has always been like about 2/3 the size of a Mavic series drone, like equivalent, like vintage.
Did
or
you know
whatever.
that, Mark?
It's a lot
Did you know
bigger.
that, Mark?
So now you got a Mavic 2S on steroids, Chuck.
I'll be right back.
I have a Mavic 3 and a Mavic 3 Classic. I'm good. That's the reason why I'm not interested. I mean, I already have I have a full-on fleet that's does what I need it to do, so I really don't need this drone. I mean, I get it. If you don't have a drone of this caliber,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If your only drone is like the Mavic Pro or whatever, this is a big upgrade.
yeah.
But if
for
you've just
sure.
been flying a mini and you think it's time to move up, this looks
Then
like
maybe this is the
a
drone for
good
you.
step
So
to move up to, you know?
yeah, I mean,
But
you gotta
a lot of people out there with Mini 2s that skip the Mini 3 and this might be a good time to step.
I can see that.
I
Mini 2 to Mini
Yeah.
3, but I don't see a Mini 3 Pro and anybody upgrading to this unless it had a 1-inch sensor.
Yeah.
how
Dale, you make a good point. I saw
I'd like to
Aldrin's
see
video,
comparison.
and he was comparing the video between the Mini 3 Pro and the Air 3, and and it kind of looked the same. And he admitted it kind of looked the same. But then
Do
he
they have
started
the
saying,
same-
"Well, if you get it in different lanes," but he flew it in daylight, and it looked basically the same.
So the camera
Yeah.
on the Mini 3 Pro that's the same size sensor as
An
Air
aperture.
3 and
Does it
aperture.
Does it have a 1.7?
Right, it's a one. It's
does
a
Yeah.
Does it go to
1.7.
1.7
Yep.
on the
Yes.
Mini 3?
Okay,
Yep.
so then
7.
so-
Yep.
so then the big
Okay.
difference is there's supposedly a lot more hardware under the hood because
Well, we
you have
got
It's
the
a
room.
stack
we
sensor.
got the
It's a
stack
stack
sensor,
sensor.
John.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
you have
stack
more room in that big box, the big flying airframe. You have a lot more room for stuff in there, so you can get
Yeah.
more processing power and everything to do more with
Yeah.
that camera. So
It
there's
has
the
a
advantage.
fan, so
Yeah,
it's-
what what? Imagine that, a fan as we go to like the hottest summer ever in life, and like
Yes,
Just
So,
the beginning of the hottest summers
What's
of our
the
life.
flight
Oh,
time like on the Mini
Just the
3?
beginning.
yes.
Did you see?
yeah.
Dragon.
Does the Mini 3 have anywhere near that 35-minute flight time though?
This I
Yes.
think this has almost the same. Air 3 and Mini 3 Pro have about the same flight time if you use the plus battery in the Mini 3.
The larger
Top
batteries.
speed.
Are,
I know. DJI was bragging about. They're
45
boasting
minutes
about the
easy.
top speed of Air 3.
you
and it's the
yelling
same
at
as
us,
Mavic
man?
3. Oh, he just forgot to turn caps lock off. I imagine he's like.
It doesn't. You don't understand. It doesn't though. It doesn't stand
Yeah.
side by side with the Mavic 3. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
It can't. The 4/3
It's
sensor
just-
is
yeah,
heaven,
it
man.
just-
I'm telling you, it's heaven.
I'm sorry. We're not trying to bust your balls.
No,
Well,
no,
happy
it's
that-
just,
I'm happy that you love that you're happy with your drone.
I'm really
real
looking
bad.
forward.
Not
I'm
trying
looking.
to say that I don't want it, and I'm telling you why I don't want it.
Yeah, that's why they make multiple
Don't think
drones.
it stacks.
They're
I
different
know that
use
certain
cases.
channels out there are producing videos that are all, but they get paid to do that. You know, there's
can
sponsored.
I give you an old fart-ism here?
Yes.
You get what you pay for.
That's a good one.
Okay, that's
a
it.
good one, Bob.
It's all cause and effect.
Well, if you want the
know,
variable
get-
aperture, you have to step
Yes.
up to Mavic 3. If you want,
Yeah,
that,
you're not going to
And
get
that slightly larger
the
sensor.
variable
Yeah,
And there are
aperture.
things there are things on the Mavic series that you're not going to find on the Air series like ever, and like I
And
shouldn't
vice
say
versa.
ever. I shouldn't say ever, but I mean it seems like
Andrew, I
don't
think
think-
that's
I-
old
that's the
Sardism.
path that they've taken with the Air series versus like the Mavic.
Well,
series
and
at
plus
the
the
moment.
Air series seems to be their way of introducing new OcuSyncs.
It does, doesn't it? You mentioned
The
that
new
the other day,
OcuSyncs,
and that
yeah.
seems true. Yeah.
It
They
seems to
reality,
be.
agree
though-
with the Air 2. Is that right?
The Air
OcuSync
2S was the
3.
first drone to get OcuSync 3, Bob.
Yeah, the 2S.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, the original
Jonathan,
Air, the
personally, I've
original,
never
the
cared for the Air
platypus
series, but
was
hey,
the first
yeah.
one that got OcuSync 2.
No,
So-
remember the platypus had the connection issues. It only had Wi-Fi.
That's right. It had Wi-Fi. That's right. You're right.
Maybe you're thinking of the Air 2.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I was thinking that like the majority of the OcuSync upgrades had come with a DJI Air model. But yes, you're right, Ron. The Wi-Fi on the platypus was horrible. And it's
Yeah, the loudness.
Yes.
I mean, it's all a numbers game, right? In the end, they're just trying to make more money, so they're just filling another niche that they see somewhere, whether it's a slightly newer OcuSync or just hey, we need a new $1,200 drone that hits this kind of market point that's between consumer and professional, or between the Mavic and whatever else. I mean, kind of like Dale was saying, they're also marketing these features into different categories so that you're forced to kind of buy into, like, okay, you might not want the Mini 3 because it has some certain thing that the Air 3 does have or something like that, where you might not care about the smaller sensor, but you need that one feature.
Yeah.
So I think it
Exactly,
really
yeah.
is just all
Yeah,
about
yeah,
splitting
I
that
can see
market
that.
into 100 different categories. and-
It seems
buy
more
something.
like you're trying to convince us from your point of view, and we've given all the logical reasons why the
There's
Air
no
2S
logic. This is
still
impulse.
a formidable board. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's an impulse buy, and it just
No
it
logic.
takes, you know, that's what I was talking about earlier.
They've-
Some
done
of
this.
us have
I have done
begun
this.
to learn how DJI works this. We
But
know
you
the
also have to
patterns now.
enjoy your impulses, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's
don't
what I'm
hold
trying to say.
back
I'm
if,
not, I'm
you
not
know.
busting. I'm not busting. I'm happy you bought it. I'm thrilled that you're happy you bought it. It ain't for me. And just like you saw Dre say right here a minute ago, hey, if it don't make money, it don't make sense in his book, and it don't make sense in mine either. If you own the Air 2S, I don't feel like you need this drone. That's me. I don't need it. I don't need this drone. Me, Bill.
Unless
Anybody else
the
out
flight
there?
time.
It's your purse, it's your pocketbook. If you want it, go for it, man. But I just don't feel like, from all the stuff we've seen, it doesn't have RAW. It has D-Log M. You know, there's just too many little odds and ends here that if it seems to me that if they were to open those up, we would see more flaws in the drone. So maybe that's why we don't have them now, is they're working out the bugs and kinks in the pure D-Log and the actually, you know, the raw pictures. Maybe that's the issue. But
normally that
part of
stuff's
the reason,
announced up front, though, Bill. Don't
I
they
know
usually-
that, but
that's-
the whole
that's
point is right. So what's going on? Why don't they want us to see the more data extensive files? Why don't we have them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why don't we have them on this upgraded drone? Why?
Well,
That's
Mavic
what
3
I'm
wasn't
trying to say.
really. Mavic 3
Like
took
Caleb
6
saying,
months
they'd
to
rather
really
you
get.
buy the Mavic 3. Spend
Mavic
that
3
extra
Okay, but-
$600. Please get your raw files and your bigger sensor.
But why do we have the
Oh,
Air
maybe
2S?
maybe
then?
maybe it's a marketing change. Yeah, Caleb.
Well, I think the Air 2S is the
And
same
we
as
have
the
raw
Phantom. I
files.
think
We
they
have raw
realized with
files
the Air
on the
2S they
Mini
screwed
3.
up. They made too good of a drone with the Air 2S. Now everybody
It was a
only
great
wants
drone.
that.
It is a great drone to this day. It's a
It
great
is.
drone.
It's like
And now it's really dirt cheap. I mean,
yes, it is.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
was it $600 or $700?
For the
I mean,
fly
no,
more.
honestly,
For
like,
the
we-
I
fly
don't feel
more,
like we
man.
should be surprised at all that this is neutered.
Why didn't I buy that instead of a Mini 3 Pro? Well, anyway, but
That's what I was like your experiment. I was like, because when you told me how much you paid, and then we were talking about how much that was, I was like, ooh, could you imagine? But anyway, you know.
Hey, Bill,
That's-
I think what's worth talking about here. There's an obvious thing. DJI thinks that its customers want drones with more than one camera now. I mean, they pioneered with the Mavic 3. They took it to the next level with the Mavic 3 Pro, and now they're even bringing it to the Air series. So in DJI's marketing department, somebody thinks that the consumers really want these camera drones. I'm not sure if that's true.
well, I think it depends on your use case, right? It depends on your use case. So, like, there are people that will benefit from having two cameras on there and don't care about. They're not going to put filters on it and stuff. Maybe they're not going to worry about that stuff. Whereas a more purist is going to want just one good camera, one good sensor, one ND filter, dial it in and get stuff and punch it in or whatever later. It's your use case.
Yeah, I mean, and if your use case, if you think you need that 3x70 tele on the Air 3, if that lens is going to make you money, as Recovery said,
that's the bottom line, I guess. Yeah.
Then the Air 3 makes sense.
You know what my guess is that there's a lot of people out there that aren't necessarily making money, but they're thinking of their phone and the zoom on their phone, and they're like, I can have a drone with a zoom function, and they bought the Mavic 2 Zoom and showed such big numbers that DJI was like, we got to put that on everything.
Oh, somebody mentioned yesterday that you can't be flying and filming and switch between those two cameras on Air 3. Is that true?
What do you mean you can't be flying? You can't. What do you mean?
If you're filming and the drone is moving, or you're filming, you're rolling, you're filming
so
video.
you can't roll from.
You can't. I don't think you can snap from camera to camera. Can you?
Not
Or
like you
can't
can on
you?
the
Well, Chuck, on even the Mavic 3 series, you can only do that if you're in Explore mode. If you're not in Explore mode, you can't switch, can you?
Oh, you might be
You
right.
can go from one to you can't. He's right. You have to be in
But
one.
you have to put it in
47.
Explore mode, and then you can do anything you want to.
Yeah, but
If you have to go from
standard,
the
you have to pick.
7X on the app,
That's it.
you have
Yeah,
to
and
stop
once you're
filming.
Okay.
once
right.
you're recording, you have to stop.
Unless you're in Explore mode.
Well,
Then
that's
you
just
go the
that's
whole
kind
range
of
of zoom.
that's just kind of a bummer, because if you were filming and you're like, okay, you're in a good spot and you want to change perspective like that, then you really got to stop flying, change cameras, and then move again.
Was that because everybody got so upset when they saw the camera switch? Because I remember when the 3 came out,
Maybe.
there were those videos of it being like, and then as soon as it hit 4x or 7x or whatever, the quality would just go to
Jump,
crap.
Yeah, and the quality to jump.
Wouldn't it
yeah.
be better if they
Yeah,
could
it
record
didn't
2
meld well,
videos
yeah.
or 3 videos for you, one from each camera? You know, they could give you each camera's video.
Well,
and then
you
you
know,
can
in a
bring
way,
it
that's
back
what they're
and
doing with
do
that
a
stack
multi-camera
sensor.
edit.
That's what they're doing with that stack sensor in a way, if you think about it.
If you look at the M30T though, or the M30 series, you get that you go from a 5 times zoom. Once you hit that 5 times and it pops to the other camera, it's ugly. It's really ugly.
Yeah, so I think they were just trying to save face, and they were like, no, I just can't do it.
Mhm.
Better to have no negative publicity, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, guys,
give them
I think the good thing about the Air 3 is, as opposed to the Mavic 3, all those cameras are different sensor sizes. They all can do, they don't have the same color profile. So when you jump from one camera to another on the Mavic 3, if you're editing, color correcting, you have to do a lot of work. But
That's
on
why
the Air 3, both cameras are the same sensor size, same color profiles. A lot easier to edit your video.
That's a good point. That's a very good point, and that's one of the reasons why I prefer just flying classic over the Mavic 3. I have them both, but that was a huge problem in Alaska. I tried using the tele lens, and it just became I had to bring the drone all the way back to me, and like, okay, I gotta change the filter and then send it all the way back out again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm fighting golden hour. Yeah,
You're losing precious time.
I was like, never again. I'm just going to use the one sensor and just punch in a little bit if I need to. I can tweak it later and post.
Just put in 5.1K and just punch in a little,
yeah, run it. I'm a running gunner. I mean, like, I'm vlogging. I don't have time to be screwing around. I got to get the drone up. I got to get it.
You're right.
Done, and then.
Okay, Ron, did you hear what we brought up earlier in the show? I don't know. You may have just gotten in late. We have discovered that if you broadcast the stream to your channel,
yes,
you will be allowed to chat from the main studio in StreamYard. You can actually have a window down there under the chat, and you can actually enter stuff to where you can chat. So if you've seen from time to time, like Chuck will actually be typing in, the bet is
not me.
Angel baby.
Hey guys, how's
That's
it
why
going?
I told us earlier. That's why I told us earlier. He said, my wife and fiance have been hanging out in the house for the last 2 days. So he was letting us know ahead of time.
Angel, how'd the hyperlapse go?
Outstanding.
Good.
2 minutes
He lapsed his
and 33
hyper.
seconds on GoPro. I had it. I held it down on a stable. Looks really good coming into the city.
Now, Angel, were you flying the Air 3?
I'm under NDA, so I can't discuss.
Oh, okay, I understand. Say
His
no
wife
more.
doesn't know yet.
Say no more.
Did you see this? Read this. I just used the 108 times zoom on my Samsung. I can zoom in and let the neighbor know they need to get that mold checked from a block over.
Angel, if you do pick up an Air 3, I really want your thoughts on the difference between the main
Steve,
camera on Air 3 and the
thank
main
you very
camera on
much,
Mavic
sir.
3.
I will email you.
Yeah.
I'd like to get you
Good
back
night,
on the
Steve.
show, sir. I'd like to get you
I
back
know
on the
it's
show.
a future
Thank
date.
you very, very much for hanging out. Let's do
There,
this bullshit. If you haven't, we one of our mascots is now a squirrel because we tend to randomly go squirrel as we're old farts and tend to wonder.
Could happen
Oh,
any moment.
what?
Huh?
Okay. Thank you, Steve, for coming in. Appreciate it. Come on back sometime. I will, like I said, I'll email you and get up with you so we can get you in here and get into some chaos.
It's been a while.
What did I do? What am I? This is what I wanted to do.
What are you doing?
His
Oh, nice.
Squirrel.
squirrel abuse. I'm sorry. Abuse of squirrel. Abuse of
So we had company this last week, and I come home and I go into the 2 guest rooms or one of the guest rooms, and I look on the bed, and it's got like a quilt on it, and there's like 2 squirrels sitting on the bed. I'm like, my wife had put them out on the bed, and then company leaves. We come into the room. My wife's like sends me a picture. They had taken the squirrel and they put it up in the light fixture up above True.
The Squirrel had gone nuts. Okay, so
Funny.
here in about, let's say 10 minutes, we will be giving away this quite
Thick envelope.
hefty sticker pack.
Thick
Quite
ass
hefty
envelope.
sticker pack. Okay. But we're pretty sure that you have to be on the Coast to Coast Drones channel in order to enter in the hashtag, which will be unique since this is the last week I will be alone. And so it's going to be probably hashtag Joe Home. So anyway, please make sure you're on the Coast to Coast Drones channel. And here in about 10 minutes, we will give this away. Please remember to remind me to give this away. I will put 2 hefty stamps on it to make sure because it weighs a little more than normal.
Dominic's tripling up.
I'm watching all 3 streams. He's giving us that extra view time.
He said, well, it's going to you, I hope, right? It goes to you.
We'll get monetized. So, like I said, did you all see this? This is the actual Dragon X module from SpaceX.
That's pretty cool.
Does anybody? Okay, so we know whose company this is, right?
Elon, baby.
Right. Who's a big fan of Elon? So, whose birthday present is this?
Is it on August 5th?
Yep, August 5th.
We got.
Hopefully he'll be here.
Tell him. You should wrap that up and put a bow on it.
He already knows. He already knows. He already
Wrap it
knows because he already knows.
Make it a surprise.
He already knows.
Surprises.
He already knows. He already knows. I always send him. I send him unique shit for his birthday. He's always sent me stuff off and on throughout the years. So I always send him something unique on his birthday because our birthdays are like really close together. His is August 5th. Mine's August 11th. August 11th. Mine's the same day as Terry Bollea, otherwise known as Hulk Hogan. So anyway.
Speaking of birthdays, guys, it's Mick Jagger's 80th birthday today.
80th, yeah.
Bob posted that on the group.
Yeah, sound low.
Yes.
That's one group I'd like to see. I'd like to see one time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I saw plenty of time back in the old days in their prime.
There's 2 bands. There's two musical acts that I can kick myself for not seeing. One, literally, I had tickets in the box. Well, we're at that point of the show anyway.
So Taylor Swift?
I had tickets in the box. No, not Taylor Swift. Tom Petty. And then 2 weeks after that, he died. I was like,
well, I guess you didn't get to see him then.
I saw Tom Petty and Heartbreakers back in the 80s in their prime.
Won't be seeing Sinead O'Connor either.
Prime. I wanted to see when he was fine.
She was a gutsy artist. She was really a gutsy artist.
Yes, I saw that too.
Yeah.
Sinead O'Connor passed away today.
Oh, Angel, you're reading my mind, dude.
She was only 56.
Yeah, I know.
Young.
But she did burn the candle pretty hard at both ends. So
she had issues.
Did Mick Jagger burn the candle in the old days?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
He's just he and Keith Richards like embalmed and running around.
I was gonna say they just keep re-dipping Mick.
I know they're both embalmed like him and.
Well, don't.
Keith,
doesn't Keith go get his blood changed out like every 2 or 3
probably
years?
they're like freaking zombies.
The old days.
The
old days.
They go like you get an oil change on your car. They're gonna get like a blood transfusion, like flush it out, get all the impurities out, and start again.
Livers are cheap
man.
these days. Justin.
We're enabling them
on a future show.
Yes.
Bob, get them on the whole Parts show. They'll fit in.
Yes.
Who are we getting where?
I can turn it.
We're going to get Mick and Keith on a future show.
Old Farts? Yeah.
They may be better on the Old Farts Network. They'll fit in over there.
Yes.
Hey, dude. I'm okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I got to see them twice, and I missed them.
What's your name?
They played.
Ron Brown.
Lloyd's
hi,
in. Hello, Lloyd.
Hey, Lloyd. The
Hello.
Rolling Stones
Young
played.
man, Lloyd.
Did you just wake up from your nappy? It's okay. I took a long nappy today. I woke up at about 2:30.
I could use a nappy right now. I'm
I
tired.
need one too.
I know.
Okay, we got to start over. Okay. Did you or
Rewind.
did you not
Did you
buy
buy the
DJI Air 3?
I bet you Lloyd got the Air 3.
You think?
Did Lloyd buy the Air 3? Lloyd bought the Air
Lloyd?
3.
Did you? Did you?
Lloyd's got the Avata.
Yeah.
Avada.
We're all just waiting for the Air 3.
He don't come in no more.
Now,
he
Avada-
Caleb,
Avada
like,
is-
you know about crazy. Wait a minute,
Avada
here's
is super
here's
fun.
something else crazy, Ron. You know,
I agree, Chuck.
I
Avada's
messaged
fun.
Mike Wright 2
Avada's
weeks ago
best fun. I can have
about
my
coming on
clothes
the
on.
show. I messaged Mike Wright about 2 weeks ago coming on the show, and to this day he still has not looked at the message. I'm like, what the hell did I say to piss you off?
No, that's not unusual with Mike.
Well, I just usually I hear from him a lot sooner than that, but I just thought it was kind of
It's
odd.
awful hot down there in Texas.
Okay, which leads into the next segment of the show. We know it's very hot in a lot of places in the country. What have you all been doing to combat the heat? Are you
Ooh,
still
that's a
getting
good
out
one.
and flying when it's 110 degrees outside? Are you flying for only 5 or 10
Drink more.
minutes? Are you waiting till the dead of night and getting out and flying? Are you flying in the early of morning? What are you all doing? What do you do for battery maintenance? What do you do for personal maintenance? What do you do to, what all do you do in order to beat the
Shower,
heat and
underwear,
still fly?
I learned how to park my car better because line of sight counts through a window. I've
Does it?
learned
That's
2
cool.
jobs.
You can fly with a moving car, though, Caleb.
Yeah, but I can't drive at the same time.
You need your chauffeur.
Yes.
Get the
No,
wife,
I-
Air
or,
conditioning in the
wife
I've had
or
a lot of
girlfriend or whatever to
ideas about how
drive,
to
and
fly.
you fly.
I edited a lot of my old videos into one stream over the last few days here for I'm going to be on Drone Seekers.
Yeah, me too, Warren.
And they want one overall drone video from you. So I'm going to see if I can understand any of that British English, and I'm going to enjoy it.
I love those guys. I've been
Well,
on
here
a
we go.
couple of
Herman's
times with
saying
Lori. They're
he's
fun.
sweating and drinking a lot of water. Are you cutting down on your flight time because of the heat, or is it limiting your flight time because of the heat? Are you finding that your batteries are being drained more extensively? What else going on as far as that's concerned?
I want to know how people are making out with Mini 3 Pro, because it hasn't been that blistering hot here in New York State where I am until like
Yeah, I'm the same way, Bill. I got no answers for you because I don't think it's
Yeah.
hot at the Jersey Shore this summer yet.
Yeah, it's been.
I haven't tested it because I really want to. I like flying that, So I haven't, in past years I've taken other drones out. I took the Air 2S out, and it made it like 17 minutes in 107 degrees. So I got at 17 minutes, you get this red banner across the top that says, processor overheating, land immediately. That's
That was-
I bet you
that
the
was-
Air 3. I bet you the Air 3 would have done that, Bob.
Yeah, I think maybe there's a lot of things going on in that thing.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. As far as physics goes, the heat is actually better for your battery than the cold. So yeah, you're going to run
Yeah.
more into the processor overheating. than
Yeah, the
anything.
processor's not.
Nate's
fun.
still here?
processor overheating is the problem here, and if you're moving fast, it's much better, obviously.
Sure.
And the higher you are, the cooler it is. So,
Is it-
that's also true. So
Up
I
to
like
400 feet,
store
you
my
really
batteries
dropping
in
that
the
much
car,
temperature, Bob?
when it's 99
think?
degrees outside. Then go
Say that
fly.
again, Dale.
I like to store my batteries in the car when it's 99 degrees outside, and then go fly after that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ron.
when I travel, like when I was in Hawaii and stuff, I actually had a cooler that I just kept I kept the batteries in a cooler.
I was
It
actually
just-
in Denver, or Fort Collins last week, and it was in the upper 90s. We were flying the Matrice 300 with the Laser Falcon, and it wasn't too bad as long as you weren't directly in the sun. You just, set it up while you're doing the mission setup and planning in the shade, and then put it out in the sun. It was fine. It was like 98.
So nobody's taping cooling packs to their drone yet.
No, I haven't seen that. I mean, we had the AC running on our car on the two trucks. the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
that's how I
here's
did it, too.
something. He's talking about like creating corrosion issues, or what? What do you mean by that, Herman? Or anybody got an idea what he's about the humidity? What else is that going to?
Yeah,
Well, if you
He's
put it
thinking
in a wet
psychometrics.
cooler, I think, I wouldn't I'd have it sealed in. Obviously, you sealed it in something.
Have you ever flown in fog? You take a cold item out of something cold, you put it in hot, humid air, and then it gets moisture, the condensation. That just
Condensation.
affects it.
Yes.
And if you have anything that's not IP rated, you're going to have that moisture going to suck right into those vents or anything like that and cause problems.
Well, you're
right
gonna
onto
flash. You're gonna flash the moisture on the cold surface. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's happening.
So you can't be too cold.
No,
Right.
you want to be.
You can't be
just,
like 60 degrees and come out.
You can't be
into
below dew point. You have to be
Yeah.
stay above your dew point.
So, Bob, don't show those tires at North Pole.
Yes.
Yeah, look at meat cars.
Yes, we keep them.
What's your
the
meat
same.
cars say?
Does anybody
Sort of
else
way.
find this? Does anybody else find this puzzling?
The fan for
What's
the
that?
Alta Evo runs even
It's
if the battery
aliens.
isn't
Must be
installed.
aliens.
You know what I find puzzling? I went into Lowe's hardware store today, and they have Halloween stuff up and
Yeah.
working in
Yeah.
Lowe's
Yeah.
today.
And
You know?
Home Depot here too. And Home Depot here
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Well, Bob, did you
Halloween
get your costume
everywhere.
early this year?
Let's skip right ahead.
No, I was. I hadn't picked one out, but I usually
The
go as a
illusion meter,
leprechaun.
your
It's
taff,
really
right?
easy, you know.
Oh, you got your leprechaun outfit. Yeah.
Yes, a little orange spray and a gray and a.
Did you pick up any candy corn or anything while you were in there?
No. Fun video though. I put it on my personal Facebook page. You'll
And since
go there,
I
there's a
want
fun
to do
video.
something, and since I'm not monetized anyway, I just want to see what happens.
Oh,
And
we're not
I
getting
want
paid this week?
I want to see what happens here.
What
We
you
will
doing?
as soon as I
Something
get
like
as soon as I get done doing what I'm doing, we will give these away. Okay. So
Yeah.
here's the deal. I'm going to, because I like visiting these places, so I'm actually going to speak up a couple of local businesses. First off, let me get this one up because I like it. So anytime that I know if you're in Washington and you're in the Everett area or one of these areas that I'm about to tell you about, please check out this place. It's a food truck. And they serve, yes, malasadas. What are malasadas, you ask? They are a kind of
What are they?
Hawaiian donut that is filled with any kind. She creates really exotic flavors, which I'm about to show you here in a moment.
Josh,
She
you
is-
need to get Bill to send you some.
So
Just an
anyway,
excuse to go to Washington and fly the drone and get some cool shots and get fatter.
yes, and so anyway, they're a filled donut
Vlog
and
opportunity.
they're phenomenal. She bakes them fresh in her food truck. She has a schedule around here locally. I will give you, y'all can see this on July 27th. She is going to be, which is tomorrow. She will be at Music by the Marina down here in Everett, where I live at, from 5 to 9 p.m. And then again on Friday, she'll be at the Beverly Food Truck Park, which is where I normally go see her and her boyfriend Brandon and crew.
You're
And,
gonna get some, freeze them, ship them to Las Vegas, right?
and also, and July 29th, they will be at the Savannah Community Fair on 1313 Pioneer Highway in Stanwood. And this is the biggie, man. They were on the
Seahawks
local
training
Fox News
camp.
channel. Yes, they have been invited to actually produce malasadas at the Seahawks training camp in Renton, Washington on July 30th.
That's
Will the
awesome.
Flyers be
Good
able
for
to
them.
beat 'em?
She was on Fox 13. So anybody, she was actually on the Good Morning Fox 13. She's her local business here in Everett. I keep pushing her. She needs to buy another proofer, but she's like, it costs $2,000. I was like, do you need a partner? But anyway,
Yeah, right.
They're
But
probably all very low cal donuts.
no. They're not low-cal donuts. I will say that. Let's see. Let's get back
They're
here.
healthy. Healthy
Okay, and here are your flavors. Can y'all see the flavors now?
Blueberry cheesecake.
Mm.
Bavarian cream, chocolate, blueberry cheesecake, and Bavarian cream and strawberry.
Oh, nothing
cheesecake.
beats strawberry cheesecake.
And these are actually filled inside the malasada. So, and yes, they are
Now,
incredible.
do you need a special order these, or are they already prepared?
Okay, here's the deal. You actually would, when you find them at these places that I have just announced, you would go to the food truck park. They're actually, it's a big truck. You see the Good Belly sign on the front, and they sell you the malasadas in pink boxes, which is really cool. Yes, I know, Andrew. I'm going to give them away, but I need to get. There's one more place that I actually visited today. That it's a local business, and I want to actually. If I'm hoping they have.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find them. Let's see. Y'all can keep talking about stuff.
Maybe they can give those donuts away with every Air 3 purchase.
Yeah. This is the letdown day, after the big DJI day.
Well, a lot of people got their orders from DJI. The original date was Friday; they were going to receive them, but a lot of people are getting it tomorrow now. So people that pay for the drones will get them. Some of them will be getting them tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast.
Wow.
That's so different from, remember the old days when you had to wait like a month to get the thing? And...
Well, the
What happened
DJIs,
with the
they're
Mini
very
3 Pro?
inconsistent with these things. Sometimes you get the drone right away. Sometimes it takes 3 weeks. It's never a pattern.
Here's the
Yeah,
second. Here's the second of the local channels I want to highlight, and here's the example. And I did make the mistake of showing my wife that I went here today, and the first thing she said was, "Baby, that's a lot."
You went to both of these stores today?
No. I did not visit. I'm just telling you. I'm just highlighting the Good Belly malasadas. Just to let anybody know that's in the upper Pacific Northwest, anywhere from let's say Linwood all the way up to usually, well, you can see Stanwood and stuff now. Plus, she's going a little bit further north. So anywhere in the Everett and surrounding areas, there's where you can get malasadas. Plus, she will also be in Renton this weekend at the Seahawks training camp selling malasadas to anybody that might be down in that area. And I'm telling you, it will be worth the stop. But understand that this is a fresh fried, dough, fresh, all the fixing donut. So if you have a delicate tummy, then yeah, it's going to mess with you later on. But the taste is unreal. I'm just letting you know.
Well, don't let Pete Carroll get one then, Bill.
Well, I'd say Pete Carroll might get one, and he's going to like them a lot. So anyway, I'm going to go back over here to Despy. So we got Despy Light. They do a lot of different things, and what basically is, I don't think I can really show you anything.
Well, they got that location in Everett.
Yes, that's where I go to get stuff. But anyway, they make some of the most incredible donuts and stuff on the planet. Like today, I went and got 2 PB&J donuts, an apple fritter, and 2 cannolis.
Well, all I can say is, Bill, I'm not going to lose any weight if I come
And you're
out to
losing
Washington,
weight?
am I?
How are you
No, you're
losing
not, Ron.
weight? Wait a minute.
No,
I'm not getting thinner out there.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, my wife, but I opened because I was like, oh baby, let me show you something. I'm not forgetting, Justin, but thank you. And I pulled I said, it's a Despy, and I pulled the lid off, and she goes, baby, that's a lot. I was like, but baby, it's only 6.
And you ate all 6.
No, I ate 1 peanut butter and jelly, and I probably won't eat another one until my coffee in the morning.
Good Belly does not ship.
Another 4.
They're getting shipped. No, that Good Belly does not ship.
Yeah, they do not ship.
What about that the pizza place that's got like reservations a year and a half out or whatever? You guys heard
Hey,
about
West
that?
Seattle.
What?
West Seattle.
That's
They-
longer than Moose's tooth.
All right. Here we go. Let me get this rigged up now. Okay.
Pagliacci Pizza is going to do drone
Bill, take
delivery.
Hashtag
pizza in
Malasada.
Seattle.
Nope.
Too hard to spell.
That's not what it's going to be.
Real spell it wrong.
Bill, are you getting pizza delivered by Pagliacci by drone?
Do they deliver by drone now?
They will. They are. They are delivering pizza by drone. Pagliacci Pizzas.
Oh, how cool is that? That's a great vlog opportunity right there.
They announced that a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
see?
Oh wow!
You
There's
guys
this
do it.
new thing on the giveaway tool too. So it
It's
says
Chuck's idea, but he's not
if
there.
you do multiple draws during the show, it excludes the earlier winners. Wow! All right,
Oh, wow. That's okay.
Yeah.
so it's
So
going
you can't
to
win
be
twice.
all
Cool.
one word. Hashtag Joe Home. So hashtag JOHMJ. What did I say? JOHOME. JOHOME. Hashtag
Joe's
JOHOME.
home.
Joe Home.
Joe home.
Hashtag Joe Home.
Joe
And I
home.
will press the little button and start collecting. And I will highlight
Upper,
the little
lower.
screen. Doesn't really matter. I think it takes either one.
We're not picky, Bob.
Okay.
We're not picky.
Who knows? Some people are picky, some aren't picky. You know,
Well, you as old farts, we're relaxed on things like that.
We have 6 whole entries. 39 people and 6 whole entries. Woo!
Go home sounds like some kind of new business that just opened up or whatever.
Well, I
Where you
was
can get all
not.
your
I
home-
was gonna. I was not gonna partake in this. I was gonna.
Is Matt here? Did somebody said?
We don't partake, right? We don't participate in this, right?
I wasn't going to because I felt like.
Last
you
time
want me to
told us not to
Yeah,
participate.
I don't want it rigged, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not doing. I want to be accused of rigging it, man. I'm just gonna let it
We don't want to
roll.
rig it.
It's
Let it just-
okay.
Let it flow,
No
baby.
fear. But we only have 10 people entered. It's like nobody else wants to stick.
AZ Drone Dude's in.
Okay.
Warren's in.
We have 10 entries. Hashtag Joe Home. Hashtag Joe Home.
Forest State
Nobody
Terrible's
else-
in.
Joe Home, not Joe House.
Joe Home, Dom. Joe Home.
Joe.
JOHOME. We have 12 entries.
Chris is in.
Spelling?
We have Mike B and Chris Wedgeworth just entered.
Drone Ranger.
We
I
have
think
JSK
the
entered.
hashtag
You
should
have to
rigged.
be on Coast to Coast Drones channel.
I don't think anybody
Coast
is.
Caleb.
Yeah, that's important. I thought I pinned that on mine. Make sure that happened.
Caleb.
So
Mama.
Joe Mama.
Or not Joe Mama.
Oh yeah, everybody! I'm having a birthday party at my house on August the 12th. If you're in the area, you're invited.
Wow.
But you need to message me on Facebook and let me know ahead of time that you're coming.
Will there
Don't
be
just show up.
donuts at the party, Bill?
There will be. I don't know for sure. There's going to be lumpia and probably some lechon and probably some beef and some other stuff and maybe some curry curry and maybe some I don't know, menudo. I don't know.
I like Dale's Joe Donut.
Joe Donut. We have 16. I'm going to wait. I'm going to come on. We need to. I want make me feel good. My wife's coming home, and y'all are like. Well.
The second time I ever made lumpia, I put habaneros in it. And when I rolled up all the lumpia, I didn't know to use gloves, so all of the oil with the habaneros soaked into my fingers.
Oh no! What'd you touch?
Oh man, it was bad. I didn't touch anything, but I basically got chemical burns on my fingertips.
I figured maybe if you had
I
like
was waiting on him to
nature
say,
called.
I didn't
nature
realize
called.
I went to take a piss.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting
Oh,
for.
Does that on
No, I
the
realized
lining
long
of
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Always good to flush
new
out
kind
the
of
lining
fire.
of your stomach every
No.
now and then. You know?
Hashtag Joe Home. Hashtag Joe Home. Come on, man.
Hey, I just
This is-
realized the Angel's background is blurred. Is his bed not made?
No, not at all.
Oh, that was the first. He let us see that
That's why
right
he
off the
blurred
bat.
I had a request to blur the background. You know.
Angel, you ought to just take a picture of your room when it's all nice, and then just use that as your background. every time.
This is what you do.
I know.
It's part of the therapy
Did
process.
you guys talk about the RC2 or no?
Mhm.
We did not.
Not a whole lot,
RC2.
Angel.
Well, you mean the
I'm
RC with the
disappointed
antennas
in the
outside?
RC2.
Yes.
What was it supposed to be talked about? It has antennas and
Okay,
it's-
apparently-
They're
Okay.
external antennas.
Okay, people-
Yippee.
Well,
on the panel.
here's a question. So I got the RCN1, and I see Bill with the RC Pro, and we have the RC for the Mini 3 Pro, which I feel sometimes ends up getting disconnected. So I didn't know if this would be a better option.
I believe, according to the
Well, you're here,
reviewers, it's a
JFK. You
better
put in
option.
hashtag Joe Home, but you're already entered. It should have popped there. Maddie's just now popped up. Everybody on the panel, fuck it. Go ahead and enter. Go ahead and enter. I don't give a shit. If nobody else here wants, if nobody else here wants the damn things, I will send them to you all. And I'm out of here. I'm out of yours, Chuck. I don't have any more to your
Hey, Bill, you can bring them down tomorrow.
Yeah,
There you go. I like the way
All
Bill.
right, man.
Look, all at once we're suddenly up to 19.
I'll
the
trade
panel-
you. I'll give you some socks.
I'll trade you.
All right.
I'll trade you.
Delivered by a drone?
No, I'll trade you stickers for Scotty.
Angel,
man.
how much is the RC2?
I'll trade you stickers for Scotty.
I believe it's like in the upper 300. It's like 379.
Woo, 20.
Yeah,
It was
369.
$329 for the
Joe
RC.
Home, Joe Home.
Well, I don't
Joe
think-
Home.
Oh, the
Joe
RC
Home.
RC2.
RC,
But I don't think you can
RC2 is
actually order it. Like, I
369.
think it's like
369.
unavailable to buy.
We're all talking over one another.
All right, you
Oh,
see
well,
it? My cursor's
It
wiggling
only
across
works
the
with one
button.
drone, the Air
We have
3.
21 entries now.
Today,
Wiggling across the button.
I do.
Send
And
it
no
to
matter
Maddie,
how
please.
good that controller is, it only works with the Air
Andrew's
3.
saying send them to Maddie. 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4,
Just
5, 6,
I'll pick them up
7,
later tonight.
8,
Okay.
9, 10. I'm gonna hit it. 21.
roll them.
Done.
Uh-oh.
Guys,
I was
good luck,
I was
though.
curious how
Everybody
much the
glad
RC2 was.
Get the
in
shit out of here. Get the
everybody's
shit out of
talking
here.
once again.
Hey!
Chris!
There we go.
All
Hey,
right,
Chris.
That's fine. That's fine. I feel better.
Hey, Chris, I probably emailed you or mailed you stuff before, but just message me on Facebook and give me your address again because we all know how my short-term memory is anyway.
I
Yeah,
know.
I can send
Wentworth,
you
these-
Northern California, he'll get it.
Yes, we're
Do
old
what now?
farts.
Just write the envelope. Chris Wedgeworth, Northern California, he'll get it. Everybody knows Chris
It
out there.
happens.
We'll set it up.
It used to happen like that, Ron. It does.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool.
Yes.
I'm glad that worked.
My
out.
grandmother wrote a letter to Mr. and Mrs. Dempsey, Miami Beach, and that found him at the hotel.
And they got
That
it.
was how she
No
addressed it.
one on the panel won.
Okay. I was worried. It
It,
slowed
it
down.
was,
I'm
it,
like,
was, it was rigged. We didn't win.
Yes.
So,
No. Dale sent me a message and said, "Nope, I will not trade you the Skydio for stickers." So I went ahead and unfixed the whole thing.
Oh.
So
I was seriously wondering when Angel brought up RC2, how much is the RC2 versus the RC Pro? And does the
RC2
RC2
is
have
369.
1,200.
what's the difference in
11?
nits?
None.
What's the difference in nits?
None.
None.
Same
None
thing.
and no
Transmission?
HDMI out. And,
Transmission?
One's OcuSync 4,
4.
one's OcuSync 3.
Yeah. So is RC2 more long range than RC Pro?
Probably.
yeah.
Probably.
Anyone
Probably.
need-
Nobody's tested it yet, Truck.
Well, I'm super curious because I'm not going to do anything with RC2. RC Pro works for me, but if you don't have one of these,
Right.
that's a great value to get the range and everything. I mean, that's just a great value to go RC2.
I mean, that's the issue I have. It's like I love the
Just
I love
flying
the
with it.
fact that you know,
Let's all
I'm
do
used
it.
to using the
Let's all do
RCN
it.
one, but then I'm like looking at this, and I was kind of wanting to upgrade, but I'm not satisfied with the RC because I feel like it disconnects after like 1,200 feet.
It does. Yeah, I have the same
Would
experience with
any
it.
of you be
Gets choppy.
willing to drill holes in your RC to install antennas on that?
No. I sacrificed the range for the RC packs so easily.
So I have a little table here, and it says the DJI RC2 and the RC N2. It says compatibility DJI Air 3, yes. DJI Air 2S, no. And Mavic 3 Pro, no.
The new control only works with one drone.
For now.
Currently,
For now.
N2,
Today.
And the
Today.
RC didn't work with the Air 2S to begin with.
Right. That'll change.
You know,
Even Mini 2 picked up smart controller after a while.
Yep.
you know.
So anything could change.
Yeah, but
I
that
wish
was
the
like
Mini
2
2
years
could
after
be
it came
flown
out or
with
something.
the
That was a
RC.
long while.
It was like
All
2
right,
hours
so-
after mine was delivered to me. It's kind of funny.
Okay, so if we have the extra antennas and everything, and we don't need extra range because that takes you out of line of sight, does it give you better connectivity still with a lot of extra noise, like Wi-Fi signals and towers and things?
Those are good questions.
Oh wow, he's just okay.
Intelligent question.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, I mean, really, that's what makes it. That's where the value is. It's not about
Everything
being able
is
to hook our
out for
screen
the
on or anything.
Action 4 now. Everything, it's all here.
Yeah.
I will put it up.
Igor put about 10 posts up today.
Yeah, let's get this up.
Except the date, release date, Bill.
I'm not. I can't say anything.
My God, the paint's still wet on Action 3.
Let
They're
me
going
put
to
it
do
this way.
this.
I
That's
have to wait
crazy.
another week to say anything.
Wow.
I'm going to say August though. for sure.
That's insane. I mean, like seriously, the Action 3 hasn't even been out a year
Okay,
yet.
so we
and-
have Horizon Steady. EIS is not supported in slow motion or time lapse mode. Horizon Steady available in 1080p up to 27K, 60 frames. Horizon Balancing. Is
yeah,
only
Action 3 has that.
and 1080p all the way up to 4K. Da, 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 da. For maximum data transfer 130.
I don't know what
Okay.
Action
It
3 is.
has-
I thought,
Has JPEG and RAW.
yeah.
We're getting 264, and so we're getting H264 and H265, right?
Got that
That's
already.
That's basically what that's saying. Built-in storage.
Oh, that's
Hey,
new.
peace out. See you guys later.
Oh,
See you, Dale.
Right.
I did.
Have a good one. Thank you very much, sir. Peace out.
Now, does it say how much storage is?
Built-in storage. The camera does not have
Oh no,
built-in
camera does
storage.
not have built-in storage,
Okay.
but the storage capacity can be expanded. Dirt.
Yeah,
Right there.
memory card.
can be
yeah,
expanded from zero.
camera.
Yeah, it's always a bummer when I get out in the field and there's no card in my camera. I'm like,
Actually, that happened the other day with my GoPro.
I had
wanted
an
to
SD
record,
card.
and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I had a micro
Memory
SD go
card in your
bad.
bag.
On the field. I had an SD card go bad, and it was like only record like 5 seconds, then stop. It really pissed me
Right.
off.
Well, maybe
better
Amazon will
than my
deliver
day,
to
and
the
then it went
field.
bad.
Chuck.
Chris, wait a minute. What
Yeah.
did Dale show me?
I had spares. I switched.
Good man.
Oh, Dale sent me the breakdown also. Do y'all see that? No, I've got the other thing up. Give me a minute and I'll go back to Igor and we'll do this on Igor.
The big thing is finding things that are different or substantially different.
Yeah, the
All
sensor's
cards.
smidgy bigger, right? It's
Yeah.
the same.
It's the one over
one and 1/3.
That /1.3 that every other DJ.
It's the
Yes.
stack sensor. The stack sensor.
Yeah,
You got to
it's
bring
stack.
that into
We don't-
play too. It's a
But it never
stack
said here
sensor
that
now.
stacked, though. We don't know if this one's stacked.
It might be. I don't know.
I
but
think
like,
it's going to be the exact same thing, man.
I think you're
This
right,
is the-
Bill.
This
I
is,
think
and
you're
that's
right.
that's what's going to make it so. The can you imagine with the stack sensor in an action camera?
You have to get it. You have to get it with the Air
It's going to
3.
be. You talk, Chuck. You were talking about why. This is why. It wasn't ready for the
there
Action
is
3.
no. I'm skipping a gen this time. I'm gonna write out to the 5 because it'll be just another year and they'll have the 5. I'm like, I gotta get 2 years out of the thing.
Rocksteady 3.0,
Wow.
Rocksteady 3.0 plus.
There's hardly any difference between Rocksteady and Rocksteady 2. I mean, they're practically the same. There's like no.
They're very
Well,
studied.
we are giving a full upgrade here and an
Yeah,
incremental upgrade
so-
also.
If I didn't
we got
have one,
If
yes.
I'm not
If I
using it,
still,
use
if I-
gyroflow anyways.
slow-mo up to 120 FPS in 4K. That's
Wow, they
on the
really-
3, right?
They did shock me though because Lori and I had the OG Action for what 2 or 3 years before Action 3 came out.
Action 2.
Well, Action 2
Here we
came
go,
out and we
here we
skipped
go.
it.
We
We skipped
have
Action 2, and
1
then
over
Action 3 was more
1.3,
like Action, the
Fremont.
original Action, but better.
We got 155-degree field range, 2.8. Not bad, not horrible. That's about standard. So we're getting basically the standard lens that's there. I mean, and we're getting 2.8, 0.0 meter. Oh wow, it's decent. 0.0 meters. That's on all of them.
Aperture is unchanged, but there's a bigger sensor. So yeah, the quad bear maybe that's the ticket to what's going to make it kind of special. But
The stacked quad bear, hopefully.
whatever, yeah, that might make it.
10
special.
wait a minute though. Look at this 10 megapixel single photo.
The thing about D-Log versus because the existing Action 3 has D-Cinelike, it does not have D-Log, but it has 10-bit color.
Where's some hitting
So
more?
like,
Well,
3
wait,
microphones now.
This doesn't have D-Log, or D-Log M.
It doesn't say anything. It doesn't not yet that I've seen. 3 microphones. Why would 3 microphones front
well,
screen?
that's the same. I
And
think
the
it's the same
GoPro
box.
has 3 microphones.
Like the
Yeah,
Pocket.
even Action 2 and 3 do also. Even Action did.
And then we got like kit shit. Extreme battery. What the hell? Horizontal. That's all the same as it was. It's with the 3.
It's the same cool magnetic mount and stuff.
Let's see.
Type-C cable.
Looks like it looks like
2-year refresh.
it's like Pocket the Pocket too. It's almost like a lot of similar
It
form
looks like
factor
an
stuff.
incremental upgrade, huh?
Yeah, but
here's
definitely good
these-
if you don't.
Here we go. We were talking about this earlier. Here you go. Here's the
There's
Manta.
our Manta.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that thing.
And it's a VTOL, so the motors will rotate up, right? And flip up, so you can land like a drone, And then
Yeah.
you can take off and get up in the air,
Oh,
and then
that's
they'll
sick.
rotate forward as you take off.
That is
Do
cool.
VTOLs have 3-axis gimbals, or that's just a 1-axis gimbal?
Now that looks to me like a pretty heavy duty 3-axis gimbal
Okay.
there.
Okay, good.
Let me go back over here.
Small sensor though. Looks like a small sensor.
It's probably
yeah,
a
it
1
does. Yeah, here we go, right here.
1.3
Manta supports expandability and is capable with the
You
FIMI G21 Pro 3-axis gimbal camera.
Pro gimbal.
Can you interchange gimbals?
Yeah. The 3-engine fixed wing configuration exudes thrilling passion and allows for pursuit of ultimate aesthetics of power and aggression. The tilting motors offers effortless vertical takeoff and landing, its seamless transition to fixed wing cruising mode, and the ability to switch between modes at will. So you can go between drone and plane like that.
Well, I imagine it's a transition, but it's super cool.
The choice of a flying wing tailless layout design gives you product unique. 85 minutes.
Wow. Well, it's
85
styrofoam, right?
minutes.
Isn't it like styrofoam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give this.
Bob,
Wings
we'll
always
fall
get lots
asleep
more
before
time.
that drone lands.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
not
EPP.
be,
So modernized
I'd be
styrofoam.
nodding out and in need
There
of
you
going
go.
to the bathroom.
The
You know?
wings are
That's
reinforced
pretty
with embedded carbon rods, making them lightweight and enabling more agile flying. High toughness ensures that the wings are less prone to breakage. Ooh, got some serious batteries going in that bad boy. You can throw some big meat in there, man. It's no wonder it
Coolness.
flies 85
That's
minutes.
pretty cool.
Oh, and here you go. Oh, you can put a Cadix Vista in it.
An air unit.
You can
or
put an
air unit.
O3 air unit in it, man.
Huh.
Well,
So you
okay,
can do
so
the FPV with your goggles and all.
wow.
Of course. I mean, that makes sense.
Fly this with the Integra goggles, you know?
Yes, yeah.
It takes either the air unit, the old one or the O3.
Okay, so we got
No,
yeah. Here's
what's
the
that?
mechanism that
Four
rotates
bar
the
link.
motors up and
servos.
down.
A
Tilting
tilting structure allows for quick and easy replacement and assembly.
So I guess they break.
Yeah, the foam breaks.
Mm-hmm. But
Now,
it
Bill,
disassembles.
what do VTOLs usually sell for, Bill?
I have no idea. I've never used one, but it really is intriguing to me. The fact that you can interchange all this stuff on it, you can put an O3 in it, all this stuff. And so I don't think that the camera's not going to be a piece of shit then if they're actually setting it up to use DJI's air units and stuff. Do you think DJI maybe made them a less expensive camera? Possibly. Maybe.
Also, does that mean that it won't have its own FPV that you need to add like an air unit or something to get FPV with the drone?
I have no idea.
That's what everybody in chat was saying.
Now, is that front screen any bigger than the Action 3, or is it the same?
It looks the same size to me.
Okay.
About the same size to me. But it is obviously the bigger sensor.
Yes.
And this is the same kit.
There's all the kit.
Same kit.
And it comes in at a $70 price hike.
Oh, it does? Okay, yeah.
It's $399 as opposed to $329 for the
Well, but wasn't the original when the 3 first came out, wasn't it $399 or was it always
no, it was always it was $329 was the original price, and it did not go up.
Okay.
The adventure combo was $100 more.
Okay,
But
saying no, D-Log M.
Refurb store now and get the Action.
We're
3.
getting, it says D-Log M is what we're getting, 10-bit color.
Oh, D-Log M. Good.
So, well, it's still not full D-Log. It's still
Right.
not full.
Right.
So you're getting a little
I
color
mean,
texture.
but D-Log M on an action camera is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question of the panel?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you believe DJI purposely gave this information to Igor here and said, release this?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think it may came through channels. You know what I mean? Somebody it was leaked to somebody else who leaked it to Igor. I mean, DJI may have intended to get on tour at the end, but I think it's not. I don't think it went directly to Igor. I think it's a third party in between those people.
Okay. Yeah, I just find it a fascinating marketing ploy.
This goes back to Steve Jobs. Remember, he used to call Walt Mossberg up at the New York at the New York going on trade, not the Times, but the New York Wall Street Journal, and he used to give him all the scoop about 2 nights before the
Night Warren.
Leaking new information, leaking new products, and letting the media cover your, leaks and giving you all this free publicity. And DJI hasn't spent a dime advertising that Air 3. They've gotten every drone enthusiast on the planet knows that it was coming.
Yeah, but Bob, at the same time, nobody wants to buy it. And that's actually something that I was going to mention just in a minute was the Air 3 marketing campaign, I think, is one of their biggest losses right now. How many things are we sitting here uncovering ourselves going, wait, what is this stacked camera? Wait, what is this extra battery life? Or like things like that. They should have told us. They should have come out with a video and been like, here's why the Air 3 is good. Because right now we're all scrambling to go, why is it good? Where does it fit?
They did try to push it. Their marketing video did try to push the elements that they thought were important. And
did it? Maybe I missed that video.
You didn't miss much. I'm sorry.
I think it would be better to just market some of these things beforehand instead of trying to leak them or anything like that.
Yeah, because I think
it does give good hype, but
it saves them millions and millions of dollars in advertising if the awareness is already there from all of us talking about it.
Yeah, this is their standard MO. What, Ron? Probably for the last 4 years now. They used to have events.
What do you think it really started with? Like, was the original DJI Mini the first one that they really let the leaks fly?
My goodness, was it the Mini that got let loose at Best Buy early or something?
Yeah, one of the Minis was, yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but I think
I'm trying to remember.
Mini that we first
Osita was the first one, right? Osita LV was pretty much the first one. That's where he started.
The first name that you remember,
And he was the one that kind of regularly started kicking stuff out. And
the rumor was his sister worked at DJI.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I had at the time, I had somebody that worked at DJI, but she just worked on the line, right? Mm-hmm. And I had met her at actually the store here in Washington State. It was like the only one they had was actually put in by some Japanese racing company. Anyway, she was there from China. And then they closed the store and she went back and she started working in the factory again. But we stayed friends on Facebook. So from time to time, she would tell me some stuff. And then she was the one that told me about how Osita's sister was actually a technical engineer at DJI. So she actually worked on some of the software and stuff like that actually goes into the drones. So apparently they formulated the idea to create leaks through social media. So they thought, and then their whole marketing campaign evolved that way because they used to have events like in New York City or in California where they would bring in all of the big creators and they would have a big audience and they would do a big production deal.
The Air 2 Pro launch and the Spark launch were both big New York events.
Yeah, and they blew shitloads of money. Yeah, and they sold all kinds of stuff and everything. But then they realized, okay, we could save an assload of money if we just start leaking it and using it this way. We can show, leaked photos from test models or leaked photos from influencers that are given permission, that are actually told, yes, you can do this at this time. And there's always, Chuck, Chuck, do you want to say good night?
Good night.
This is you're getting sleepy, so
I am. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Yeah, right.
Be good, Chuck. Be good, Chuck.
Good night, Chuck.
Well, Chuck's getting sleepy, and thank you very much for being here tonight, Chuck.
Thanks for having me.
Chuck influences the show, guys. Have you not noticed that? We're always more colorful. We're always more. No, hear me out. We're always more colorful with Chuck.
Why?
Colorful.
I don't know. It kind of the whole you like if it's just me and you're not here, like the injection into the show is kind of not like I bring energy to the show and you tend to bring energy to the show. Everybody else will like
Are you
interject.
saying there's no energy from the rest of these dudes around us? I think
I'm not the same kind of energy that we have.
Yep, feel attacked.
I know you should. I think that's
You have the force, Chuck. The force is with you.
Elizabeth,
that's because I'm a superstar. In my mind, I'm a superstar.
Already, check out Chuck's channel. It's evolved
On
into
YouTube, you're a
the
superstar.
YouTube travel channel.
As I simulcast a drone show. How's the algorithm going to think of that, Bill? What's the algorithm going to think of that?
The algorithm.
What the hell is he doing?
That's another show. Do you enjoy a machine telling you what to watch on YouTube?
Yeah,
Because let's
that's
be picky
fascinating.
about it. The algorithm technically is a machine, and it tells you, a human being with your own ability to choose and think and follow whomever.
You got to save that for
What-
another
what?
episode, man. That's too much. That's a whole thing on its own. That's a whole nother thing. That craziness.
That's a whole.
Yeah, like Dre's saying here, the rumor mill creates more hype than any ad campaign.
He's right. They know what they're
And
doing.
it's targeted. It's very targeted to the most addicted influencer, whatever people.
Right. But as
you
Caleb
know.
pointed out,
Yes.
and as I brought up earlier, have we learned this marketing campaign? Because so many people are saying, you fucked us last time with the Air 2, and if it hadn't been for Best Buy screwing up, we would have all had to have bought another drone at a loss. You know, we'd have had to sell the Air 2
the
off.
drones are all so good now, Bill. They're all so damn good that you really.
Oh, come on. But the thing about it was,
and Justin was pointing this out the other day too. It's like they're just incremental improvements.
Anybody that owned the original Air 2,
Yeah,
when the Air 2S came out,
I know a guy who
walked
did.
privately into the bathroom, closed the door, and slapped the shit out of themselves.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
I know a guy in Thailand who did that.
I did
He
this.
bought
I did this.
Air 2 and then Air 2S came out. He's like, "What the f did I just do?"
I bought the Air 2 in January, and the Air 2S came out on April 15th of that same year.
And who did you buy it from?
Best Buy.
And what did you do?
I returned after 4 months of using the Air 2. I packaged it up and took it back, and I did the Best Buy shuffle.
That's
The Best
And
Buy
everybody-
shuffle.
everybody went and checked Best Buy's website.
Yes.
The minute this drone came out, said, "Oh, that's gone now." All right, DJI. Nah, y'all did it to me last time.
They gave us a 365-day return policy on drones coming from
That
China.
changed. Now that
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah,
And
that's gone.
it changed
That's-
that day.
After
But,
Bob did the shuffle, they took that away.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought my Air 2 June 2020, and the Air 2S came out April, so I got nearly 10 months out of it, and I was excited about it. But then I'm like, it doesn't seem like it was worth the upgrade. And then I got the Mavic 3.
Wow.
There you go.
To me, it was I the minute because I didn't buy my Air 2 at Best Buy. I bought it from DJI. So the minute that I saw the
Yeah, I gotta
spec
go.
on the
Dre's right. All right, guys. Good night. Night, night,
All right.
everybody.
I'm
Sorry.
getting
See
tired
y'all
myself.
later.
Good night, everyone.
have a good one. Thank you very
I'm
much for
gonna
being
fade
here.
soon. I'm fading
Okay.
too, but I hang for a few more.
Yeah, because see, this is the last week I can stay this late. Oh, Ron bailed too. Bye, Ron.
Ron said he had to go. So
Yeah, this is I can't stay late anymore after this week because I'll have to go back to my
You're going
normal
back to
duty-
your normal duties.
my normal duties.
yeah, we have to
Yes.
go to Dave and Buster's. They're getting dressed up, so we can go to Dave and Buster's.
Let's see. I'm going.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's. I still.
Oh,
I
please.
think. Seriously, I really think that the Air 3 is going to be the Air 3S is going to have a 1-inch sensor. And it may what we may have is we may have a 1/1/3 on the top, and then we may have a 1 inch on the bottom. That's what I'm thinking is what we'll end up with. And so, hey, what's up, Bill? Bill from up north in the great white north. And thank you for being here, sir. But yeah, I think that's what everybody learned this time. And like Caleb has brought up, from the Air 2S is still such an all-around drone. It can be a crossover into a business use drone, and it can be an ultimate consumer use drone. The Air 3, I don't see it as having the ability, because as Ron brought up earlier, the Air 2S, when it was released, had D-Log and had RAW. It was there. So that's like we were all talking about how we gotcha. You're getting ready to bail? 5 minutes? Okay. Right.
Okay, real quick, before Angel goes, I have a question for him specifically. As a content creator, Angel, do you actually do very much color grading with your videos, or do you leave it on auto?
I just usually leave it on auto.
So I think with a lot of content creators, they may not care, I guess, about the raw and stuff like that. To me, that's kind of crazy because you can get so much better color out of it. But especially the Mavic 3 does such a good job with auto.
Yeah, it's coming out so clean as it is that you don't even have to touch it. The GoPro, I have to mess with it a little because I think it ends up feeling way too bright or so you got to mess with the GoPro. But the Mavic 3 is coming out spectacular as is.
So if they have the same color science and everything with the Air 3, that might not matter as much. But it does, again, it takes it out of that professional realm. You can't have it in the professional realm without that. So it really does seem like they're trying to split that market up a little bit more with features and firmware.
And I was watching some video. Sorry. I was watching some video that they were talking about the third camera from the Mavic 3 Pro and how it doesn't have all the same formats. So it was at the 7X camera. I don't remember. Well, one of the cameras wasn't the same. So then it's like you might need to, do some color editing to mess with the third lens. So yeah. I haven't seen much on the Air 3 and what the people have said because I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I haven't watched many of the videos yet myself either, actually. One of the guys just was saying, you won't see the Air 3 Pro till late next year. I don't know about late next year, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they waited quite a while after watching what happened with the Air 2 and the Air 2S. They're going to want the Air 3 to sell for a while.
I just don't see it really doing what they want it to do.
Yeah, unless it really does drop off. If they don't get like any sales, they might be like, okay, push the 3S because we know everybody's going to love it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We still have 22 people watching. And Angel's got like 2 minutes left, I think. So here's my question. What do we think between now and the end of the year? We already know that we're going to get the Action 4. But I'm thinking they're still going to release one more drone this year. What do you think DJI is going to release? And I'll tell you what I think after y'all get.
So if it was DJI, it would have to be a new Avata version or like a new M30T type version, right? Because those are the ones that have been furthest out.
Bob?
Avata Mini 2.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be a mini, like a 3-inch version with a 1/1.3 inch sensor.
They got a bunch of those.
Stack sensor.
Stack sensor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be immense.
All right, so we got a comment here saying Ken Dono said that he was impressed with the color science on the 3, on the A3 that he
wait.
Sony DSLR.
And if an influencer is telling you that, then that means that DJI is anticipating lower sales because Ken Dono and Billy are both sponsored by DJI. And anybody that's ever been in any kind of sponsorship knows you, especially if you're going to handle $1,000 products, you're pretty much a yes guy. You don't get to be a plus and minus guy, really. You can throw in a little hum-ha here and there, but as we all know, the Mavic 3 is already 2 years old. So its sales have definitely dropped off tremendously. So we're pushing a new product from a new price point, and it just came out. So it has to be positive. I mean, if it was someone, like we had people here tonight trying to find logical reasons. I do not, there's a, you got a micro 4/3 sensor and almost a 3/4 of an inch sensor, but not even quite 3/4 of an inch technically, right? So I'm like, I'm like, that just seems a little bit rich to me. Is it just me, or is it? I mean,
well, I mean, you may be partially right, but it also goes towards what we were just saying, which is if they're just moving towards better color science, that's a big selling point alone, and that's just a software thing, basically. Well, basically. So it's not unsurprising if that's something that's kind of being true. I mean, that was the main selling factor of the Mavic 3 for me, was the color science over the 2S. Even though I didn't end up getting one. Now, what Northside Hawk there said is also an interesting thing. The Phantom 5, that would be an interesting thing, because the Phantom 4 has been discontinued and whatnot.
I don't ever see us seeing that. Yeah, go ahead.
I just don't see them having a reason. They've got the drones with a better form factor now, unless you want to step up towards the Matrice type series and go like fully professional. So I mean, it would have to be like a $4,000 Phantom.
Yeah.
And I just don't know why. I don't know the market would support that.
And you're going to have a micro 4/3 sensor on it.
Yeah, you're going to have a 4/3 sensor on it. That's going to be, because you can't have the Inspire 3 sensor on it. Otherwise, you're going to kill your $14,000 drone. So
but I mean, I totally get
Enterprise
that.
Is better anyways.
But in the same sense of the word, he might catch a little heat for saying he's going to shelve his Mavic 3. But it's also, the Mavic 3 is a little bit heavier bird. You've got a 35-minute flight time as opposed to a 40-minute flight time. So there's 5 more minutes there. So that might have something to do with it. Let's see. Raw comes into play. See, here it is again. And here's what's so strange about this is you have, D-Log M, which is not D-Log. We've established that, and it does not have raw. So from and then you see Dre here. From a commercial standpoint, that's what they're going to want. So trying to say, like Caleb was pointing out, and I have pointed out multiple times, is DJI has given us flash and pan in the software, and they're using, again, the quad Bayer sensor, albeit a stack sensor, to create a larger image than is actually being taken by the sensor itself. So I don't know. That's what I'm getting out of it. Mini 5 with antimatter device. I think we're gonna get a mini FPV. So we're gonna get like everybody was saying, was a mini FPV. I'm gonna call it a 3-inch, and they're gonna figure out how to put that damn 1/1/3 sensor on it, or 1.3 sensor on it, and that's what we're gonna end up getting.
I might be game for that one.
Yes, I mean, I would. I don't know what it is. I still can't get into the Avata because I'm still seeing all these weird things going on with it. Like, I saw because there's another guy on Twitter that I watch, and his channel. Let me go back over here and bring him up. What is it, DJ?
If they can get an Avata under 250 grams that can take stable video that's 4K HDR, probably with that 4/3 sensor, so it can go indoors. Because if you can do the 4/3 sensor on that thing will sell like hotcakes, because it'll be used for real estate tours, all sorts of shop tours, demos, festivals.
Yeah.
Because right now you have to use a bigger 3-inch, and that's going to be pretty outlawed here soon. I mean, it kind of already is.
So here's another defect apparently that we don't know about yet in the Avata. So as you can see, it did manage to eject the battery, and the battery smoked really bad.
My God.
Nice.
That's the battery?
Yeah, but that's I
That
I'm
was
not
the
too
battery.
surprised though. Again, it's the first edition of this drone, right? I mean, Phantom batteries used to go up and smoke all the time.
yeah. But that I mean, he got lucky that because apparently when it started to melt, it eroded the clips on the bottom and it just dropped out. So I don't think there's been any he hasn't said anything about what damage was done to the drone itself, but apparently it just, like I said, it fell out of the drone on fire and then the drone just hit the ground.
Is that safer or less safe?
I
With how hot it's
don't
been around
know.
here lately, I'd want to
I
be able
don't
to
know,
fly it into a
but
river.
again, it's a DJI product, and I'm like, so yeah, maybe they're overdue for a new version. Had a DJI. They're getting cheaper every day, man. Eventually, you'll be able to pick up one off of Facebook Marketplace for a little bit of nothing. I still can't
All right,
believe
guys.
that.
I gotta run.
Oh yeah, all right, yep.
Have a good
Peace
night,
out,
guys.
Angel.
All right. Y'all be good. Have a good one. Okay.
Did
Bye.
you ever? Yep. Have a good one. B. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
You ever, Caleb? Have you ever thought about getting a Skydio too?
Are you still
Dale-
trying to sell it, Bill?
No. Dale earlier, didn't you hear Dale say that he was going to sell that one for $300?
I had to rent a drone from Dale actually, and I saw a shop finally, and yeah, he tried to sell it to me. I was like, no, I'm good. I just don't have any use case for anything like that.
And now that it has remote ID, I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I looked it up on the website though, and I was looking at it, and they were like, anything after September doesn't have remote FID, but anything before does have remote ID via firmware update. It's really weird. I don't know why.
I know mine has a
updated.
firmware update and it has remote ID. So, but again, it's still a 12 megapixel camera, an older 12 megapixel camera, and it really, truthfully, I think part of the way it seems to have like a fixed focal point, and you really need to it needs to be up at least 300 or 400 feet to take a decent picture and photo and video. I don't know why. It seems that way to me, at least. Like when we went over to the farm, Caleb, and I flew over there and could actually, that was the first time it had ever been up to 400 feet. And then when I got the video later on and looked at it, it was actually, not bad at all. I was actually quite pleased with it.
I never thought of buying a Skydio, but it's always appeared to me to be the kind of drone that if you want something to track you, that's the drone to buy, and that's it. I mean, it's not wonderful, but it will track you perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't find any use case for anything that follows me automatically, because everything that we have like that, it needs to be cinematic, and if you can't get cinematic AI followage, it's just you'll get a couple seconds of clip here and there, but
not today, but I mean, I think this is rapidly changing extremely fast.
What are you trading for, Maddie? I remember you were asking for something, but like I said, me and my memory. I know you were asking, you wanted to trade for something the other day, but I forgot what it was.
I think they said it further up there. Their Nazgul Evoke for an entire DJI FPV drone combo with 5 batteries.
Maddie,
I wish I could get that Nazgul.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have, I don't think he has a camera drone anymore. He doesn't have a camera drone anymore. I don't know. I still have some, like sometimes I can fly. I can put goggles on and fly with no issues at all. And in other days, I get such severe motion sickness that it's ridiculous. So I don't know. I don't know what would be. So it's difficult for me to really maintain a love for FPV for that reason alone.
Have you tried it sitting down?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, sitting down, standing up. I don't sway around or anything if I'm doing it when I'm standing up. Yeah. But I still
Stevie
get that,
Wonder.
I still get that nauseous feeling.
I mean, you can hook it up to just a screen instead of goggles.
Y'all go ahead and talk.
Yeah. That works actually, and you can have it running on your phone, and you can move the goggles off and fly with your phone, but it's And so your phone in one hand and your controller in the other. Hi, Joe. Joe home. Joe home. Hey, Caleb. Hey, Bill. He's not here in us.
Nope.
No. I'm going to go. I got to bail.
Oh, no worries.
Dinner's been done 20 minutes ago.
Oh, no. Yep. Get it before it gets too cold.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep. Have a good night, Bob.
Tell Bill I said goodbye.
Yep.
Good night, everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging in here.
I can already see Bill over there cussing himself out. Bob said he hates you and he had to go, Bill. I can't hear you though. You're muted. No, he just said he had to go.
Okay, yeah, I just saw him just poof, gone, and then
Apparently dinner is 20 minutes late.
my Nazgul. Your dinner's 20 minutes late, so you got to go too. That's cool.
No, Bob's.
Oh, Bob's is 20 minutes late.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I had like a donut for breakfast, a salad for lunch, and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So, and I need to do I need to go ahead and accomplish a few more things inside because I overdid the yard work yesterday because I was we didn't really get into yard work this summer, because we just were tired, I guess you'd say. So our flower beds and stuff like that kind of got overrun. And you know how, like, if you don't pay attention to shit, sometimes, like where you mow the lawn and stuff, you'll start getting, earth growing around your house. And so you got to jerk all that shit out. So I did all that. And we have the front yard has 2 side beds that need to be done. And then I need to do along the fence for about 30 yards. But other than that, I've cleaned up like 4 or 5 beds, gotten rid of all the rubbish and stuff, got all the lawn mowed and everything. But I'm paying for it because I'm an old man and my body's like, yeah, you had fun doing yard work yesterday. But guess what today's going to be?
Supposed to do it in small increments, Bill. Small increments.
Yeah, I think I was going to try to drive down and see Dale tomorrow, but it really depends on how well my pain meds work tonight and how well I sleep. So anyway, we'll have to check on that one. But we'll go ahead.
The other day, it was a little rougher than I expected.
Yeah, but we'll go ahead and wind things up. I'm glad to have everybody here. And it's a good, I actually remembered for once to do it during the show. And Chris Wedgeworth, I will get these in the mail to you tomorrow, sir, because I still have a little bit of, extra time. I think my wife will be back next week, Tuesday, around 3:30 or 4-ish, hopefully. So, yeah, finally, I made it through and I'm not totally nuts yet, just a little bit more. So, Caleb, anything coming up with you this week that you want to share with the group?
No idea.
No idea, but just please go check out Tesla Drones. If also another local company here in the Washington area, if you're interested in making films or have your property scanned or anything of those natures, don't forget to check out Tesla's Drones. Right? Yeah. And with that being said, everybody in the chat, even though you're probably like going, are they going to leave yet or what? I'm going to say, live long and prosper. Wait, no, I need to do this. I'll do the outro. So anybody that's new here, that's still remaining, that would like to be in the outro, where's it at? Is this it? Is that it? There it is. Just send me a message and let me know, and I will add you to it because I think I still have the file saved. With that being said, live long and prosper. We'll see you next week.